We on. Salute, fam. What's happening? What's happening? Ain't gonna be on long. Just want to chop it up. It's a dry week. So definitely had to get up in here. Come share the video real quick, y'all. We're gonna talk about Beterbiev, 100% KO ratio, and potential undisputed versus Bill. Slow fight schedule this week too, y'all. So definitely had to get on and chop it up today. Ain't really nothing we can do this weekend. The zone is everything is on the zone. So I don't even know if we're gonna go live or not. Just to chop it up. Hold out to Monday. I can't see the chat right now, y'all. Give me a second. The political kryptonite, salute, bro. What's happening? Gil Cole, salute, bro. You ain't gonna get on the live, man. If you got some time, you free. Come on, man. Talk about it. I'm gonna get your take on Beterbiev. All right, I'm done. Political kryptonite, salute, bro. What's happening? What's good with you, my brother? What's going down? We just gonna get up in here, talk some boxing for a little bit, man. Oh, everything good, just chilling. SOS, you know what I'm saying? Work, pay the bills, come do the shit the nigga like to do, you know what I'm saying? Chop it up with the fam, talk this boxing. I'll be over there listening to y'all, fam. I don't get up in that in all that mess though. I got an opinion that I'd rather just reserve if I talk to you in the background or something. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, I just let y'all do what y'all do, my brother. J1 Pro said, we in here, good people, salute. Salute, J1 Pro. Social scientist, what up, fam? What's good, bro? I'll tap the link up there. Y'all want to tap in? Y'all know we do this, you know what I'm saying, on the Mondays, man. You chop it up with the brothers, man. Have a round table conversation. Ify, salute, bro. See what's going on here. Big boy, salute. He in the building. What's good, big boy? Big boy,
So good
Bobby.
over here, bro. What's good with you, man?
Oh, man, just chilling, man. Ready to chop it up, man.
Oh, good.
Chop it up with the fam. What's good with you, though?
Yes, pretty interesting. This yard getting thrown in the deep end with Beterbiev. Apparently, I don't like that myself. I
Oh,
don't think he's ready for that.
you think they're gonna put Yard? Me neither. You think they're gonna put Yard in there before they make the Bill fight?
Yeah, it's looking well. Bob Arum's coming out and saying the deal's pretty much done. It's going to be in London. So yeah, I think it's silly from Yard's point of view. He hasn't had the right preparation fights. You know, he hasn't even fought the right kind of guys in his backyard, like Callum Johnson and Joshua Boati, Callum Smith, none of those names. So, you know, he's been going from domestic level to world title. Didn't learn the first time around, got his ass whooped. And now he's going to do it again. I think he should take step aside money, let that undisputed fight happen, fight Callum Johnson, and then fight for a bigger purse as well. That would be smart from my point of view.
Most definitely, I agree. I mean, but I wouldn't be mad at the fight though. You know, he do come to fight. He willing to put it out there. You know what I'm saying? Put it all out there. So I
Oh,
think
hell
it'll be
yeah.
a good,
Seem,
entertaining fight. I don't think he's gonna win, but I think he'll come to fight
yeah, for sure. His balls are bigger than his brain.
though.
But,
Yeah,
you know, kudos to him for taking the fight, I guess.
yeah.
and I'll
I'd
watch
rather
it.
see Bivol though, man. I'd rather see Bivol get in there and do his thing than Yard. But if Yard they feel Yard deserve to fight, shit, I ain't gonna complain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
He's
I think
serving,
the
bro.
only main reason that Bivol and Beterbiev fight doesn't seem to be happening is because Bob Arum hates Eddie Hearn, and Bivol's the zone fighter. So yeah,
Right.
we'll see.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. I didn't even think about that. And Bob gonna want to be the motherfucking ringleader of what's going on, huh? He gonna want to dictate everything behind that fight, also. Yeah, I
Exactly.
didn't think about that. L Dub in the building. L Dub boxing. Salute, bro. You want to get on and chop it up? On Mondays, y'all welcome to get on and chop it up, man. Have a respectable conversation on what's going on in boxing. Just get the titles out the way. But I wanted to talk about Beterbiev 100% KO ratio. Um, this week fight schedule. All the fights is on the zone. Make sure you put your picks in. I put them up there on the community tab. I think I did. I checked though. They definitely will be up there. Um, and whatever else the fam want to talk about. YG Knight, salute, bro. He said salute to the corner, salute. The political kryptonite say yes, sir. He said I got heated, bro. Sorry, you came at the wrong time. Oh, I can dig it, man. I can dig it, and especially I don't know everything that's going on. I just see what I see. You know what I'm saying? But everybody got their points, brother. Ain't nothing wrong with it. We human. L Dub say what's good. He also say it's Eddie's fault why better be Bivol not happening. And yeah, that's what Big Boy was just saying, man. I believe it. I forgot that what's the name is on ESPN, man. When the fight was just on ESPN, huh? But, yep. But anyway, man, I was thinking about it though.
Hey, what Eddie do?
Well, he apparently that it's gonna be Yard versus Better Be,
Oh, he trying to insert Yard up in there.
yeah,
Okay.
because Bibble's with the zone and
Yeah.
he up under Eddie, so I guess you know how Bob is. Bob and Eddie don't have a good working relationship, and Bob like to control everything, so you know how that go.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was thinking he do got him a good light heavyweight prize over there with 3 belts though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what Eddie think he got over his head if it was the other way around. You know what I mean? So L Dub say nah, Yard with Frank Warren. Yeah, but Bivol with what's the name though, right? Chris Ray, salute, bro. He said like, subscribe, thanks. Salute, bro. Bless.
Yeah, Top Rank and Queensbury have got a good thing going on, so they work together heaps.
So they'll work better together, Warren and Eddie. I mean Warren and Bob and Eddie and Warren. They do got like some kind of deal, don't they? Because y'all be getting to see the fight for free down here, $7 or some shit like that, $6. So I believe they do got some kind of working deal.
I think
I,
the co-promotion that they've got or had with Tyson Fury is kind of what set them off, and they work together heaps from that.
okay, that's what it was. Then. So he made sure he inserted himself in his TV production into that deal with Tyson Fury. How you say Yard versus Beterbiev has nothing to do with Hearn? Yard is a Queensberry promotion Frank Warren fighter. Yeah, but we was talking about Bivol. We talking about Bivol versus Beterbiev, but I'd rather see. And Big Boy was saying the same thing you said.
Man, I even saw an article earlier on Boxing Scene that has got quotes from Arthur Beterbiev saying he'd much prefer the Bivol fight, but it seems like the promoters are forcing the Yard fight on him. So, is what it is.
Yeah, they feel like Yard's a bigger fighter. Huh? Chris Ray say he out peace, bro. L Dub said Eddie messed it up. Eddie messed it up. He has the contract for Canelo versus Bivol, and Eddie wants Bivol to lose to anyone outside of matchroom fighters. Okay, Eddie wants but don't want. He also said Canelo has a rematch clause with Bivol for May 2023. What? Eddie don't want to mess that up. to make Undisputed with Beterbiev. So just mess up the Undisputed, huh? Cause we know Canelo ain't gonna fight no goddamn Beterbiev.
Hell no.
Man. Hey, so with that fight happening, I heard that Winston Lee, salute, bro. What's happening? Oh, don't. Oh, yeah. I thought you meant that. Hey, but who would you have in that fight though, social scientist? I know me and Big Boy said we'd have Beterbiev knocking out Yard. Who you think will win that fight?
Yeah, man. Of course, I got Beterbiev, man.
Yeah,
Bivol, I mean, a yard does not have. I mean, like my man Big Boys was saying, he didn't have the correct preparation fights for that. I mean, he learned how to get around the jab, but shit, it's gonna take way more than that to be Beterbiev. Because he got jabbed up and outclassed by that Arthur. I can't remember his last name. His name was Arthur something.
Lyndon Arthur.
Lyndon Arthur, yes. He got beat by the jab in that fight, and then came back and knocked him out like he should have done in the first fight. But so he figured out how to deal with a jab. But I mean, is that the only lesson you learn? Like you gonna need more than that to be Beterbiev.
He'll probably end up looking better than Joe Smith Jr. did because he'll try and box and
Yeah,
won't be coming forward trying to eat punches with his face.
yeah, he'll give it a shot. He has some head movement. I think he'll do it. He'll put up a decent little fight, but he don't have the pedigree to be messing with no Beterbiev. In my
yeah. This guy, I don't know what to call Beterbiev because he don't have to necessarily use no jab to get you. He can, you know what I'm saying, work his way off a counter punch. You know what I'm
man,
saying?
I was
Combinations off them angles, them stepping aside on your ass like he do.
Right, man. I was watching Mickey Bay today. He was talking about the stories that he heard about Beterbiev because they asked him before the fight, and he said he don't give Joe Smith Jr. no chance. He was talking about how Beterbiev have people going home. He can't even get people to spar a full 3 rounds. I mean, a full 3 minutes. Because they be quitting and he be in there breaking bones and like he wearing bigger gloves than them and all type of shit and can't get people to show up because his power is just so crazy. So
Man,
dude hitting like that, man. I don't know.
King of Kings, salute, bro. What's happening?
Hey, what's up, Marlo? How you doing tonight, brother?
Good, and you, my brother. Happy Father's Day. I ain't see you the other day, man.
Nigga, hey, why you come here sounding like the man all boys to men? I remember when you ate all the porridge in the freezer. I just didn't hear.
Remember when the sun goes down, darkness rises.
Hey, what's your take on it, King of Kings on Better Be Yard?
Oh man, I'm like what Hyphy said, man. That yard fight. Come on, man. I know he's put himself in position, but here's to be honest. I mean, I probably shouldn't shit on Yard, but I really haven't paid attention to him since he got knocked out by Kovalev. Um, anytime I see a fighter, just a muscle bound dude, and he doesn't have stamina. And I mean, he put up a good mix there, but man, Beterbiev, he's a beast, man. But I don't know, man. My thing about Joe Smith, man, is that when I'm looking forward to the Bivol matchup. I mean, he was jabbing, but if you really look how he throws his jab, he was like a sitting duck for that overhand right. It was just like it just you could see what you get when a guy is trying to become a boxer and when a guy has learned from the amateur background that Beterbiev has. So I give Bivol a better chance in the fight. Um, I think he's a little more schooled, but yeah, Beterbiev power is real, and he got good lateral movement. He's not like a brawler in the sense that you would think. He moves side to side, and it kind of confuses you, and then he kind of presses forward and he mixes it up. He can step back and then club you with the right hand. He can step to the side, club you with it. He can come forward, hit you with the jab, and club you with the right hand again. So he's a beast. I was very impressed.
Yeah, I think he is too, man. That's 100%. I think if you fight Yard, it's definitely gonna be 100. It's gonna be 110. Goddamn you.
I like a fighter like Beterbiev because like when Joe Smith Jr. started falling forward, he stepped back a little bit and hit him with that uppercut. I love fighters that don't just be winging punches, but they actually alert and paying attention and looking for the right punch and can find it.
Like, did you see the follow up uppercut though? That shit met Smith. He hit him with the first one, and he seen what he was leaning to the second time, and hit him with another one. That nigga broke up out of there.
Yeah, it was so fluid how he threw him. It was like literally like how you practice. He just was like bing, bing, and it was just like nothing. And then as Trey X said, the damn engine light came on. That motherfucker got Bambi legs all of a sudden. I was like, God damn. I was like, man, it was bad because
He was looking
I
for
heard an
Kelvin.
announcer say it, man, at some point in time that Joe Smith just conceded the fact that he knew he was going to get knocked out. He just it was nothing he could do, man. That shit was so pretty. And the thing I like about Beterbiev, even after fight, he's talking about he's still trying to improve his boxing skills. And then immediately he's like, yo, I want Bivol smoke. I want a unification. I don't know one of these WBO weirdos to try to distract me, man. I want the smoke immediately. So for us to continue to have a good year where we got people trying to get undisputed, that's why these fights are so quality, man. The best are literally fighting the best. The one thing we've been wanting is happening all year.
Yeah.
But we got certain fighters, I mean, that's in the wrong spot because they promoter show putting a wrench in the shit. And that's the fight, man. We already seen Canelo get whooped on. D-Lo, salute, bro. Hyphy say Beterbiev did the right thing by preferring Bivol for undisputed. Yard is far from being a serious contender anyway. Yep. It look like
I,
we gonna get that shit.
I like how Smith got up out of there when he got hit by the uppercut. That nigga like he got stung by some bees. He was like, God
Man,
damn. He
man,
took
he
off.
yelped like a motherfucker.
That
He
was
also
the introverted nature fight or flight situation. His
Yeah,
body was
yeah.
like, run, nigga.
What the got up
he
out
got
of
caught. He got caught in the blender like a mug, man. I liked it. I liked that combination because that motherfucker met his ass. The first one stunned him. He like, oh shit. He tried to bob, like get up out of there, and he bobbed right into another one. He was like, oh shit,
there.
ref, did you hit me the second time, motherfucker? How you say Lennon Arthur was a guy to get Yard back into the win column? Because he beat Yard the first time around. He later became Yard best win. Not impressed. No. D'Lo say salute, bro. I also say he said though Wilder has a better one round KO, Arthur is more dangerous puncher overall because he goes to the body. He puts a painful beating on you with both hands. That's a fact. He's talking about his motherfucking the way they were showing how he worked out too with the two sledgehammers. You know what I'm saying? Hanging down. He was doing like some uppercut type of shit, making the sledgehammer hit the tire. That was a crazy workout I ain't never seen. But you can see where he was going with it. You know what I'm saying? He was working on them forearm muscles.
He kind of reminds me of like a better version of like a Carl Froch. Like Carl Froch had heavy hands, but he didn't have good footwork and speed like this guy does. So it makes him more devastating. I think that Joe Smith, I think he did what he could. I mean, he came in there, but he was just outmatched, you know. So yeah, them hands is heavy.
Yeah, them motherfuckers work. They heavy and they work. Uh Dilo say, there isn't really a bad fight on the mix at 75. It better be. He said Yard, Boasi, Zerto, Bevu, Bob, and Eddie will have to put the BS aside for undisputed. Exactly.
If
That's
you
what
think about all these divisions, man, all these divisions are stacked, man. 175, 168. Now I don't know about 160, and let me take that out. 154, 147, 135. I guess you could throw 140 in there because dudes can move up and down, man. For boxing, man, it's getting into a little golden era and everybody's fighting. So it's really making the shit exciting.
real talk. Kevin Copeland, salute, bro. He said salute to the panel and everyone in the chat as well as the minds, love and respect. For sure, bro. Salute. Yeah, man. I mean, that's what I said. I'm pretty sure we all rather see Bill if we get Yard. I think it'll be a good ass fight as long as it lasts because Yard is a scrappy motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? With some decent skill. You know,
He
just
can
sticking
punch
my
too.
head, but when they get to
And
those later rounds, though, big boy Yard ain't got it in him. You know what I'm saying?
no.
He
But
laid down.
early
Damn.
on, Beterbiev's been dropped twice, and if Yard can land something big on him and hurt him, there's a slim possibility he could do something. But if he gets past round 3, I think that's all she wrote. book closed. Won't be long before he's on his ass.
Yeah. D'Lo say Beterbiev is a bigger, better version of GGG in his opinion. He said with a little more vulnerability. You think Beterbiev got more vulnerable than GGG, or the other way around?
I think Triple G. Well, I don't know. Triple G is a good boxer though. Like I don't even know if Better Bees is as good a boxer, as like a chess player as Triple G, but he might be. I gotta study Better Bees a little more, but
No, I think you got a point, man. Triple G's jab, he dominates fights. He gets a good body, and the stance is kind of different. Triple G doesn't do a lot of that lateral movement like him. He can move forward behind the stick. So the comparison I can kind of see it, but yeah, Better be of he's a little bit different. I think Better be of at 37 still talking about improving, but he knows where his bread and butter is. But like Big Boy's boxer said, and at the beginning he has been dropped before, so he's not invulnerable. So what it's going to take, and I don't know if there's a fighter like that. Like I could think of a fighter that would it'd be a good matchup if they were still active at the same time, like Andre Ward, like a dude that can get in the middle and mix it up. But like I said, Better be of man. He's so heavy handed, man. It's ridiculous.
King Louis, bro. Salute. Hey, it's a method to both of their madness. Salute, Trey.
Salute.
Uh, one use angles and power. One set up his power. You know what I'm saying? That's Triple G. He set up his power with the jab. You know what I'm saying? But I think Better be is a little more method to his power though, because he used angles and counter more than Triple G. Triple G gets countered and he's subject to get set up for some shit while he in the midst of trying to set something up. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Canelo
I was like,
showed.
oh my bad, go ahead.
I was gonna say Canelo showed us that from the second fight, Canelo fought toe to toe and pushed his ass out the pocket. So we know his willingness when the shit get gritty, he gonna get up out the pocket. I don't think Beterbiev got that in him. He gonna come forward. You gonna have to kill his ass. You know what I'm saying? And he hitting hard in the motherfucking over later round. So I think that Beterbiev got a little more he a little more polished with his method than GGG is. You know what I'm saying? Because he ain't been exposed yet. He been in a tough fight, but he put himself there, and he overcame the motherfuckers, stopping motherfuckers in the 12th round. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I see. What you about to say, Sante?
I was gonna say about Better Be, man. It's like with his power, it's almost like he hit you so hard while you got your guard up. Like he'll make you move your hands and shit. Like the way he hit you to the body, like I don't know. It's the this it's how hard he hitting that opens your guard up. With Triple G, I see him more setting people up, like the way he was fighting Canelo in that first fight. He did a lot of setting Canelo up in that fight. But with Arthur Beterbiev, I see him like catching the openings and shit more like a aggressive counter puncher more than Triple G is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
man.
why
The
I say
moment,
it's two different methods, but
the
they both
moment,
got the power.
the moment bit of beef gets you going backwards. That's when you're in trouble. As soon as you're on the ropes, you dead. That's it. Punches up, punches down, punches everywhere. It's not quite the same as what you see from Triple G. He's setting you up for that one big punch, like you're saying.
Yeah, I agree.
Beterbiev just break your ass down. He almost like Spence, where he just hitting you so hard you just can't take the shit.
Right. Big Hen, salute, bro. Cypher Hub, salute. Um, that's Cypher Bud. My bad, bro. Butchering your name and shit. What you about to say, Trey?
The big dog back from hibernation. Had to go get first place on the Champ Ross on these motherfuckers. They must have forgot. Goddamn me. But yeah, man, we had a good fun day of calling on fights and shit on Saturday, man. That felt good for me personally, because that felt like my Hagler Hearn. Whoever that is clicking, please go on mute. I know that's you, the Kane. Go on mute, my brother. Don't do this today, bro. This motherfucker here, man. But yeah, that was a spectacular fight from Better Be. Really, it's simple for me. Like, goddamn, if you got a man that got 400 amateur fights, why would you take a man that got 50? That don't even make sense to me, man. They're just like Canelo. Canelo 42-2 or some shit as amateur. And I'm supposed to think he about to go be 268-15 decorated Bivol. beating motherfuckers all around the world. Both these motherfuckers got their ass whooped, man. It's not rocket science. It really ain't, man. But Beterbiev is a bad man, like I thought he was. One thing about him though is that like he really like a cruiserweight in a light heavyweight body, because in the amateurs he fought at heavyweight. He was ranked #1 in the whole fucking world, man. It took Usyk to knock this man off. He got 400 amateur fights once again, so that means he done seen it all, man. The man done been all around the world. He done seen all kind of styles. You're not gonna bring out too many styles that this man gonna be surprised by. He can make adjustments. I made the comparison to Sean Porter. When he fought against Danny Garcia, everybody's surprised. Oh my God, Sean Porter out there boxing. Sean Porter 276-14. You think the motherfucker can't box a little bit when he need to? Same thing with Beterbiev. Everybody thinking Beterbiev just come forward. He a juggernaut. He just coming forward trying to knock everybody out. And then when you go out there and put a lateral movement on the motherfucker, put a move on you and change the angle, everybody looking surprised and shit. Talking about, damn, I ain't know he had that. 400 amateur fights, motherfucker. You think he gonna have 400 amateur fights and he can't show some basic boxing skills? Like, come on, they don't even make sense. But the man is a hell of a fighter, very tough. I still got question marks about his chin, because I have seen him get dropped and get fucked up and do the stanky leg and shit. So I don't think he indestructible. But man, he can put you in emergency mode. And that's just something that just stand out to me. I never seen Joe Smith in emergency mode like that. Getting knocked all over the place. He looked lost. He looking towards the corner, looking for help that ain't coming. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody know what to do. We all fucked up over here, Joe. And that's just what that was, man. But Marlo was on this shit. Like, I would call the fight. Marlo was on this shit with the commentary that night, too. I had went back and listened to it. That shit was funny as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that motherfucker. Somebody was in the chat said, this ain't never happened to Joe Smith. But that ain't never happened to Joe Smith about the shit. It's always gonna happen tonight. Then he and say, salute Marlo, salute Trey, salute, bro. Sight Buzz say, Beterbiev is nothing like GGG. Arthur is more like Tyson with the short punches and slider head move. D-Lo say, I don't mean GGG today. I mean GGG when he was looking spectacular while ducking the war. D-Lo say, definitely two different fighters. Just spitballing, okay. Gil Cole laughing. Oh, D-Lo say, congrats, Trey. Yeah, congrats, champ. First place. You think you got
hey,
back?
man, gotta say, oh, my bad. I ain't mean to interrupt.
I was gonna say, you think you back in action to catch the first place of the season?
Oh, no, I ain't about to catch nothing. I'm rooting for my boy DeCane, and I'm rooting for Nick Harmer if DeCane can't get it done. But I think that Mark James is in trouble. I think, because I'm looking at DeCane's trajectory. He ain't finishing no less than 4th. And that's what I did when I won the whole thing. You couldn't get me below 4th. I think I might have been below 4th place maybe twice or something during the whole season. And that's the kind of shit he doing. So I know this motherfucker's in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I think DeCane, my money on DeCane. If he don't go out there and fuck it up, walk him down. Walk him down, we gonna walk it out.
D-Lo say, mutant put down the piece of DeCane.
Y'all crazy, man.
He said it in the game DeCane the cold reputation. Hype say Trey X and Lisa Bell's tied for first in Champ Ross this week. Big ups.
There was somebody named Joe Stunner or something like that. He a non-factor, but I'm back in the top 10 though.
Hey, I'm confused how you get a plus 10.
Who? Oh, you talking about for being first? I got first place.
Oh, okay.
You get 10 bonus points for first, 7 for second, and 5 for third.
Oh, okay. So I was wondering why we had. I thought I had 7 because I picked one of the KO rounds right or some shit.
You got second. That's why I say, man, if you consistently finish in 4th place and above, and you get no bonuses and shit, it's gonna be hard to beat you. That's why I think you're gonna win.
Oh, okay.
D-Lo said Wilder versus Ortiz was something like that, and Wilder had all sorts of trouble.
Okay. That's a good point. That's a good point that it just made. Because I just said, if you got a guy that got 400 amateur fights and he going against somebody with 50, take the dude with 400. It's a no-brainer. And he just picked out one of the times that you go against that. You know what I'm saying? Because Ortiz, he was like 343 and 19. Maybe it was 363 and 19. It was one of those, but damn near 400 fights. And Wilder was 35 amateur fights, and he went out there and beat Ortiz twice. But I think Wilder is a little bit different though, because he's such a spectacular like specimen athlete, Olympic bronze medalist and shit. So he got a little bit more world experience than somebody like Joe Smith. You know what I'm saying? But what he said though is still a good ass point.
And Big Boy Boxer say, Big Pharmacy Miller, that'll be Big Baby Dirty Miller. Back on Thursday versus Ariel back Monte. It's an A anti-drug card in Argentina. Ha! D'Lo 404 said Beterbiev beat Usyk at heavyweight in 2007, but lost to him in 2011 and 2012 Olympics.
Yeah, but you also got to consider the fact that Usyk is like 3 years younger than this motherfucker too. So that just show you the how special Usyk is. He can get beat and then come back with something, make adjustments, and go beat the older, more mature, more experienced fighter.
That's what make great fighters, man.
Yeah.
D'Lo 404 said he may not be indestructible, but he can create an evacuation situation in a heartbeat. Beterbiev is a bad mother of it. Yeah. Laughing at that Big Pharmacy comment.
What'd you say? Whatever he hits, he destroys.
Whatever he hits, he destroys. I'm talking about that 100% KO, man. Whatever that boy hits, and he breaking you down round for round. So the longer the fight go on, the more the motherfucking punches is gonna be effective. Whether they hit you in the arm, they hit you in the ribs, in the motherfucking forearm, shoulder, the side of the head, do not matter. Ram C2, he said superstar. Salute, appreciate you. But yeah, man, I've been thinking about this motherfucking undisputed welterweight fight, man. The more and more I keep on looking at this shit, the more and more I think motherfucking Bud is in trouble, bro. And the way he be talking kind of reminds me of a middle school, junior high school motherfucker that don't, as long as he got up in there and fought the baddest, he don't give a fuck if he lose. You know what I'm saying? Like I was watching Bud, like most of the Bud's best wins is against smaller guys. You know what I'm saying? And one of them smaller guys gave him a hell of a run for his money, and getting boy had that boy doing the stanky leg, and he recovered well. But he had to tie Gamboa up for a lot of time, man, to recover well. Gamboa was a smaller guy; he couldn't really go nowhere. In that situation, putting him in that situation against Earl, I don't think he's gonna be able to tie Earl up like that. And if he do try to, he gonna waste a lot of motherfucking energy, because Earl ain't no little motherfucker, man. And then we go when he moved up to welterweight versus Kavaliauskas. Kavaliauskas hit his ass with a short, straight right hand that he set up. That wasn't no lucky shot. That wasn't. He was trying to set that motherfucker. He was throwing that motherfucker from round one, and it was coming close, barely touching. And that motherfucker finally found a home. And when his reaction was to hold, and he went down holding. That was a knockdown. He got saved. I don't see, man, as much. All his punches is wide. You know, when he's them hooking shots, them motherfuckers wide. His left, no matter if it's left hook or it's right hook, it's real wide. You know, like it's coming from Mississippi. I think that's a bad motherfucking recipe. Because Earl's shit is short and straight, and he up in there on you. I just don't see it, man. I see a stoppage in the fight. I don't see it going to the end. But I want to see what y'all thought about it.
I've been looking at the shit a little bit. Some past fights. And I think, like, the more I look, I actually see vulnerabilities in both of them. Like, I think it's a chance that this could be a classic fight because they are very good and talented, but they got enough vulnerability to where they can make a classic type of fight. Because if you got two perfect fighters, they ain't gonna never hit each other. So these guys, they got enough flaws that they can hit each other. I think Earl is the favorite for me personally. I know for you too, but I hope that he shortens them shots up, bro. That's the number one thing that concerns me. I don't want him missing Crawford because when Earl misses, he misses bad. He throw that shit, man. He be all out of position. His body be all twisted up and fucked up. I just don't like the look of it, man. I ain't gonna even lie to you. If he shorten them shots up and don't be doing a bunch of missing, I think he got a chance to win. But if he go out there and he be missing bad, I can see him getting countered and shit real bad. It was a fight that me and Yasser bet on here recently, It was this kid named Diego Pacheco. Matter of fact, L-Dub took a picture with the motherfucker when he was at the fight, and he fought this Mexican. I can't remember the Mexican name, but it kind of reminded me of the shit a little bit because the Mexican, he misses so goddamn bad, and when he missed like that, he was getting lit up. You know what I'm saying? And I could see that potentially happening. I'm not gonna even count, man. Like I was looking at Earl against Ugas. It was some times in that fight he was missing Ugas and getting out of position and shit real bad. And I know that Crawford not the type of guy that's gonna stand in front of you. You know, he the type of guy that can capitalize off that kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So I do think Earl can win based off the jab, body work, high work rate, but he gonna have to be on his A game though. You know what I'm saying? Shorten them shots up. Don't be doing a bunch of missing, because if you miss, it could be trouble. Well, if you miss badly is what I'm trying to say, and get out of position.
Right, like if you overreach. Gil Cole's, they say new member, but Gil Cole's been a member. So, Shines, what's your take on it, man? I know you
Salute
got
Gil Cole.
Shit, I haven't analyzed it no more since the last time we talked about it. Shit, every time I have time to do boxing, I gotta look at the Champ Ross pick. So shit, this weekend there's like 4, 5, 6 fights that I thought was great, but I ain't really had time to look at them no more.
They go over there popping popcorn and shit.
What about you, King?
I don't, man. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't really been. I'm not gonna front. I ain't been paying attention. I've heard a little bit of the chatter back and forth, but because I'm sitting on my hands until they announce this fight. So I think that both these guys, if they do any of their tendencies, they have given them trouble in the past, it's going to set them up to have a very short night. Like Trey says, there is things where Spence looks unsteady, or is like, I don't know, sometimes he kind of looks off a little bit when he throws shots, but I see the same thing sometimes from Bud as well. I think both of these guys will be so on top of their game that they're going to make mistakes here and there in the fight. But like you said, I think Bud making those mistakes may be more costly. But it's going to come down to who has the best chin, because they're going to both get hit flushed several times in the fight, and that's going to determine basically who wins this fight.
I've been watching the Post-All fight, the Gamboa fight, motherfucking Velasquez fight. There was a couple more I watched, but Bud mistakes. It don't be the overreaching. Bud actually gets set up for shots. Bud get countered also. Bud get set up off the jab. Like it ain't like Bud just got this perfect. You know what I'm saying? I think the style that I ain't saying he only got one style. I mean that Earl automatically starts off with, it's gonna be successful early. If he catches him with any of those short shots Trey was talking about, I think it's gonna be trouble early. That's why I say I don't think the fight gonna go the distance. I done seen Earl get caught out of place and get hit with shots that should have put him on his motherfucking ass, like versus the Cuban kid, what's his name? Oogies, like Oogies, and that was a shot that should have knocked him out. It was off guard. It started off with an uppercut that had him spitting his mouthpiece off. Then like a two-piece kind of shot that slingshot him against the ropes. But I mean, his legs were still strong. You know what I'm saying? The signs all was still there that he was able to go and keep Boogies up off of him. Then was it Larte? I think Larte caught him with something vicious. A few people caught Earl, man. Then he got the reactions is not what I seen. You know what I'm saying? These are bigger guys. You know what I'm saying? I done seen smaller guys. Had this guy noodle leg, had Crawford noodle leg. I done seen a 47-pounder actually put him down. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't a good reaction. And those were the things. Like if these guys do end up getting caught in those situations, look at their reactions. Look, who would you say had the stronger chin? You know what I'm saying? Who would be more put in a bad situation? Who could afford, you know what I'm saying, to slip and take chances type of thing? Like what I'm thinking. And I don't think neither one of them could afford it. I think both of them want to put on a hell of a performance, but I just think one of them got a lot of advantages, and I think us is that weight division, being hit by those guys, being in those bigger fights, man, his resume, knowing what being in those situations. I don't think Bud been in these situations before. And I think it'll be the same with Charlo too. And those are two of the biggest fights he won. But I ain't taking nothing away from his skill. I'm just breaking it down to the situations he been in. He have to adjust in every fight, no matter whether it's a 35 pounder, a 40 pounder, or a 47 pounder. He has to adjust big. You know what I'm saying? He done been hurt, noodle leg, been dropped, all the above. Yeah, he get up and finish. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, he's the bigger guy. He's wearing these guys down. I ain't saying he don't got no chance. I'm just saying that he got the weaker chin in that aspect. It ain't like that he getting hit by mistakenly shots. He getting hit. He getting set up. He getting forced to make adjustment. He getting forced to go into another stance. Those are the things that I'm tripping off of.
Well, let's keep it 100,000 trillion now. He didn't get dropped by all smaller guys. Mean Machine is actually a bigger guy than him. So let's keep it 100,000 trillion. Let's see. Larte, he caught Spence clean, but he's a smaller guy than Spence. Spence pretty much bigger than everybody he done fought. So except for maybe a Kell Brook. Him and Kell Brook might be about the same size.
Van Heerden bigger too. But I will say this about Bud. The defensive numbers show for him. 24% of his opponent's punches have been landing on him.
Yeah.
You don't even have to set nothing up on Bud. You can just walk up and hit him. Like Mean Machine didn't set that shit up. That was a lead right hand. One of the most disrespectful punches to be hit with in boxing, a lead right hand. Your opponent's backhand traveling that far and hitting your ass. Yeah, he wasn't nothing set up on Gamboa. Gamboa was lighting his ass up early in that fight. Look at them 3-4 combinations and shit Gamboa was landing. Look at him when he fought against Hank Lundy. Hank Lundy lighting his ass up early in that fight. Thomas DeNorme lighting his ass up early in that fight. Shit, we can go, well, I can't say on and on, but there's several examples of this man taking clean punches early in the fight. And I ain't talking about nothing being set up over rounds. I'm talking about a guy literally just walking up and hitting him. And that's what
I'm just talking in
me.
terms of chin. You were saying like he got dropped by smaller guys.
Yeah, but I was just saying I think that his defense will be his downfall in the fight. That's really what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. He do get hit more than he should.
I only motherfucker I said he got dropped by was Kapelaski. They called that a slip.
I mean, he was getting rocked and dry. I know he got rocked by Gamboa and stuff, which
he got
wasn't that knockdown.
He was in trouble versus Gamboa.
Yeah.
Kapelaski, he was trying every time Bud stepped forward, he was coming with that lead, same lead hand, but missing. By the time it came to the third round, that motherfucker landed. You know what I'm saying? And he went down, and his instinct was to hold, but he couldn't time up good enough, and he actually went down. There wasn't no push or nothing.
That shit was funny when he got knocked down, though, I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, actually.
Start hooking that man leg.
In slow motion. Again, appreciate that membership, bro.
Let me ask the Kane this. Like, I just named out them fights where I felt like Bud was getting lit up. What fights of Spence do you feel like he was getting lit up?
I can't name one.
Well, all right.
There's two things. There's a point I want to expand on, like what you were just saying, Trex, about the defensive thing. Like I said, there's an element being brought to the fight that we have to take into account for Bud. I mean, when we talk about Bud's, when people speak about why he wins this fight, and I mean, I don't know anybody ever mentioned, because his defense is so much better. The sustained body attack, that's an element that because Bud is longer, he does have a good jab. I don't think there's a lot of fighters being able to get in and sustain a body attack against him. So there's those situations. But like I said, if you do compare the chins, his is, I mean, maybe, slightly below, if not below significantly. So like he said, I've never seen Spence like rocked. I seen him get caught in like seconds of moments of getting hit and fighting right back, but never where he had that kind of Joe Smith face, where he just looked like he was getting hit and there was a pause in the action because of it.
I mean, I will say I thought Sean Porter was giving them that work, but I actually thought that fight should have been a draw. But
But
I thought,
we talking about noodle legs. Noodle legs actually getting hurt.
well,
Actually
he
got
just asked me when I thought he was getting lit up, and I thought Sean Porter was catching him like way more than he should have been. But yeah, that's about the only one I can think of.
But would you say that he fought Sean Porter fight though? Like he came in the rumble. He
I
came
thought he fought the fight that Sean Porter let him fight.
right.
I don't think he could have fought him no differently.
Yeah, but I think getting lit up is different than brawling. I think that Sean Porter fight, those exchanges was the dudes brawling. Getting lit up, I see is like when you're there's an exchange, and for a moment you have to pause, thinking like, damn, is he hurt? Is he gonna fall? What's going on? You may not necessarily hit the canvas, but yeah, he was brawling in that Sean Porter fight. Like it was constant brawling in the fight. So I think that's a little bit different than if you get hit two or three combinations, it's sort of like people, we always bring up the Hagler Hearns situation. They were brawling until Hearns got stopped. So I think it's a little different than getting lit up, where it's just like you said, there's points where it looks like, damn, you can fall. This fight might be over. I haven't seen that happen.
Yeah, and this another thing. This another thing. Like Sean Porter, I see like people in the chat saying Sean Porter, and Sean Porter did land some punches on Earl. But Sean Porter is a higher caliber fighter than the fighters that was landing shots on Crawford. Sean Porter is a 5-star fighter on BoxRec. Terrence Crawford is getting lit up by 3 and 4-star guys. That's the difference. Like when I look at the numbers, just simple numbers, I got Spence landing 30% of his punches, and he only getting hit with 19% of his opponent's punches. Crawford, he been landing 34% of his punches, which is very high. That's very accurate, very impressive. But he's been allowed his opponents to hit him with 24% of their punches. So that's 5 percentage points higher than Earl Spence. And that's looking like the difference. You know what I'm saying? Because Earl, he's not as accurate offensively, but he's accurate enough to be very effective. And his defense is comparable with his shit. Crawford, them defensive numbers need to improve, and he getting hit too much. And if you look at his shit in the amateurs, he was getting hit in the amateurs. That's who this man is. He's not going to turn around and turn into George Benton all of a sudden, or Sweet Pea Whitaker. He's the type of guy that gets off and allows his opponent to get off to a certain degree also.
Hey, I always wondered this, but I just want to know y'all's perspective on this. Y'all know Sean Porter is the brawler. So I was wondering why he didn't come in there fighting Bud like that. Why he try to box from the outside and leap in and all this type of shit. What do y'all think?
What you say, Sean Porter?
Yeah, when he fought Bud, he didn't fight him like he fought Spence, which I thought that would probably be a better strategy against somebody like Bud.
There's a such thing as a bad game plan, number one. So I that's where I'm leaning at, because that's one reason why most Spence fans ain't giving Crawford the credit he probably deserved for that victory, because they felt like Sean Porter didn't come in Sean Porter. They saw a different guy off in the ring that night. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say, like on his, like for Sean Porter, maybe it was all the fainting and shit that Crawford does. You know what I'm saying? Because that's one thing about Crawford, man. It's actually hard for me to call his fights because he do so much fainting. It's kind of hard for me to determine when he gonna take off and when he ain't. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really anticipate it and jump on it. But yeah, when a guy do a bunch of fainting and shit, man, he make you do a bunch of studying, trying to play chess with the motherfucker and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of hard for you to gauge him. But I would probably lean to like probably a bad game plan. Why the fuck would you go out there and try to beat Bobby Fischer in chess? That don't even make sense, nigga. You supposed to go in there and bring that brutality to a dancer. Well, not a, you know what I mean, like a cutie pie type of fighter. You don't supposed to go off in there and try to match wits with him. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? You supposed to go in that motherfucker like a, I know that he got his ass whooped a whole bunch of times, but like a goddamn Jake LaMotta versus Sugar Ray Robinson in the first fight, just going that bitch physical. You know what I'm saying? Marcos Madonna versus Adrian Broner. That's how you supposed to come. You ain't supposed to come post up with the motherfucker and try to beat him at chess.
Roberto Duran versus Sugar Ray Leonard.
Sugar Ray Leonard, you know what I'm saying? All that kind of stuff. Aaron Pryor versus the dude from Panama. What's it? Not
Alexis
Panama.
Gray.
There we go.
Boy,
Yeah.
I think it was more a respect level. I think he was more intimidated of Spence and a hatred of Spence, and even more respected Bud. Because the way he went into that fight, it was like he respected him a little too much. And then when he got, I don't think he was hurt. And then one of the times, he just got put on his wallet by being ignorant or stubborn. I don't know which one to call it. Because he went in with his head down and set himself up for the same punch the second time. You know what I'm saying? So that could be, like Trey said, the game plan. But I think when he came, he was ready for Earl. He pumped himself up, psyched himself up to get ready for Earl. He even trained, you know what I'm saying, determined for Earl, even though he avoided Earl early on. So I think it was a respect level, man. Still, right now, he got this nasty disdain for Earl. So I think it was more of a respect level. He knew
yeah, I think the venom, like you said, that's a huge part in that. I think Sean Port genuinely does not like Earl Spence, and he went in there. He wanted to whoop his ass. Like he was like general, like whereas I think he saw, Bud like he's like you still another fighter, but like I said, there was more of respect. He not disgusted with Bud. He don't hate him, but we gotta get this done. We gotta make this bread, and I'm gonna try to beat you. But it wasn't like pure venom. He had venom even after. He has venom right now when he talks about Spence. Like he
yep,
just salty
podcast.
towards that dude.
Hey, let me say this though. Sean Porter actually did better in that fight than we give him credit for. I went back and watched that shit again. He was lighting Bud ass up in that fight too. So we mentioned Sean Porter for Earl. Let's mention Sean Porter for Crawford too. And I got the highlights already. I can go post them bitches in Discord. You know what I'm saying? Like as a matter of fact, when that I done already posted some highlights, but I posted them in favor of Crawford. Like when I showed how strong he is, how he manhandled Sean Porter. But if you look right before he done that, Sean Porter hit the man with 2 clean punches, 2-3 combination. The motherfucker landed flush on the button, and Crawford started laughing and smiling. Like when we think about that fight, we think about Crawford going out there and it's just a straight demolition. He picked the man apart like it was easy because he stopped him. That was not an easy fight. That man took clean punches. As a matter of fact, if you go back and look, Terrence Crawford took cleaner punches versus Sean Porter than Earl did. Square business. Go back and look at the shit again.
I don't know if y'all remember this when, like right after the fight first happened, I had said that Bud got hit way more than I thought he should have in that fight, and that's why I think Boots would beat Bud, because the way Sean Porter was able to land on him with that explosive jumping in and shit, and Boots is great about that kind of shit. So yeah, I said this shit right after the fight.
Yeah, some people might take it as hate because we're breaking it down with skill. Ain't no ill nothing in this breakdown. It's just what we see.
And then at the same time, what I just say, I said I already posted highlights, but I posted them in favor of Crawford. I showed all the good shit he was doing. I showed how he shot that jab out there. When Porter came back with the jab, Crawford counted over the jab with the hook and went to the body with the loopy left hand. That shit was pretty. I posted that in his favor. I posted how he was stronger than Sean Porter in the clinch. So it ain't no hate, nigga. I don't do nothing but analyze boxing. But the same way that I noticed that shit, I can't help but notice that he was taking some solid punches from Sean Porter. And then my boy Napoleon Armstrong in the building, salute to you. He talking about them punches ain't do shit. They might not have done shit. But at the same time, if they didn't do shit to him, they didn't do shit to Earl Spence either. Because people was bringing up Crawford as far as lighting up Earl. So if them punches that Porter was landing, if they didn't do nothing to Crawford, they didn't do nothing to Earl either.
Right. Get your ass on the panel too, Napoleon. Let me hear you break the shit down, man. Cause you got a different perspective. You think that it's gonna go the other way. How you see it though? D'Lo said Gamboa was a bad motherfucker. He said he should have beat Bud. Motherfucker cost me money, and I feel bad for him because he did not want to quit. But Bud wouldn't let up. Yeah, Bud walked his ass down. Bud, that's another thing that I think that's gonna hurt Bud. When Bud get hit clean or hurt, he's like to come forward and he want his lick back. Shout out to I think, man, I can't even remember the brother's name, but I'll share his video on the community tab. He did a good breakdown and had the same thoughts. But that could be dangerous in there, man. Walking in the shit, willing to walk and let it all out on the line. I don't think he's gonna be able to do that against these bigger guys. He was able to do that against smaller guys and lesser opponents. But
This might not be a good comparison, but maybe on some realms of what I think of what you were just saying along those lines. It's sort of like that Meldrick Taylor type shit. Excellent boxer, but he liked it to fight and get his lick back, and it just you know
cost him.
yeah cost him bad because like I said, there was points, to be honest, if he had more of an instinct of thinking like, oh, let me just skate to the end of the fight. I mean, by the 10th round of that fight with Julio Cesar Chavez, he could have skated to victory. But
Especially
because
the last 15 seconds.
man,
Last
that's what
20
I'm saying.
seconds.
Like we people talk shit when they see guys flex and run around the ring for laps of shit. That preserves the victory.
Yeah.
So
But hold on though. But I gotta say this on Crawford's behalf. When he fought against Postal, he fought a very disciplined fight that night. He didn't fall into no traps or getting into a firefight or none of that shit. The only time he told Postal, well, fuck it, let's fight, was in the very last round with like 10 seconds left to go. But for 99% of that fight, or whatever the percentage is, he was out there being very, very disciplined in that fight. That was his one most disciplined fight. But I gotta say, that's like a one disciplined fight out of 40 fight average, and that's so lame.
yeah, and I think it'll be a little different with
And
somebody who's
Postal
more
wasn't no
proficient on the
small
front foot.
potato though, too, Trey. He knew he couldn't go up in there and afford to play with Postal. You know what I'm saying? Postal wasn't no small potato, and Postal, a skillful kind of guy that work off the jab, set up the right hand kind of shit.
And
You know what I'm
wasn't that
saying?
Postal coming off beating Matisse?
Yeah, man, served
Yeah.
me crow like a motherfucker.
Great
Crawford
fight.
did, because I picked Postal to beat Crawford, and he went out there and boxed him up on my motherfucking ass. I ain't gonna lie, but I like I said though, he was very disciplined in that fight. I had ordered that pay-per-view. I wasn't just happy with the action, but I got to be impressed with a guy that went out there and did what he had to do to get the victory, though. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, what motivated him to do that in that fight? Because, like you said, I that's the one fight that I don't know if he fought Felix Diaz like that, but that's one of, like you said, he fought that perfect as a boxer, like similar to like how David Haney would fight a fight. He boxed it perfectly. Like
He had
Postal
respect
had
for
no
Postal, man.
chance.
He had respect. Go back and watch it. Yeah, Postal was having success too. He had respect for Postal skill set.
Felix Diaz was an Olympic gold medalist, but Crawford just beat his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that wasn't like a perfect fight. That was like just a straight ass beating, humiliating situation where a motherfucker hit you with 3-4 shots and then pat you on top of the head and all that kind of shit. Man, I might have had to do something to Crawford out of that fight.
Yeah, when he was doing that, I felt so bad for D. I mean, man, come on, man, you whooping his ass, but now you gotta humiliate.
But
him.
he was the bigger guy in there.
He was.
He was the bigger guy. He was smaller than those little motherfuckers. Even though though they would touch him, I think Gamboa had the most success when he did land, man, because he had that motherfucker doing the stanky leg. But he was bigger than all those guys, bro. He was mauling them, throwing them around the ring, all kind of shit, pushing them. He was definitely the bigger guy.
Well, I mean, I understand the point that you're making. The point that you're making is Crawford, that normally been the bigger man in his fights. The times that where he's been the smaller man, the bigger man wasn't nobody special. Right. Mean Machine, that motherfucker went out there and went life and death with Ray Roberts. Victor Postal, I mean, he turned out to be pretty decent. I like Victor Postal. I actually got a lot of respect for him. I think that's probably that's Crawford's second best win. You know what I'm saying? At least top 3 in my opinion. So I give a little respect, but he ain't nobody special. Every time Postal step up and fight somebody that's like special, like a Josh Taylor against Crawford, against the youngster Gary Antoine Russell, he go out there and lose. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. This will be Crawford first time fighting a bigger man that's on his level. Somebody else that's special. You see what I'm saying? He ain't never done that before. And they say in boxing, a good big man usually beats a good little man. You know what I'm saying? Earl is a naturally bigger man. This man ain't never fought at no 135. This is uncharted territory for Crawford, man. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where you're coming from. And that's one reason why I think that Earl is a rightful favorite. Well, I can't say that because the odds makers done made Crawford the favorite now. Earl was the favorite at first, but he our favorite. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't even play too much, predicate too much into them motherfuckers. I done served them motherfuckers, bro, a lot of times. They just be they be picking for whoever they like, go along, get along. D-Lo say bubble wrap. D.O. Cole say I had to update. Oh, he had to update your shits in here. D-Lo 404 said both guys have their vulnerabilities, for sure. Both are capable of being rocked or dropped. Neither guy is perfect. Hearns and Leonard were perfect, but perfect for each other.
I
D-Lo said
wouldn't even
condition.
call them perfect either. I think they had enough vulnerability. If you want to compare somebody, yeah, Sugar Ray Leonard kind of like a Crawford. Sugar Ray Leonard type of guy. If you hurt him, you better be careful because he's about to come back and try to get it back. It might not be good all the time, but against Hearns coming down the stretch, that's exactly what he needed. You're blowing it, son. You're blowing it. Shit, I got to go get something in, coach. And he went out there and got him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because
So,
Hearns was starting to outbox him a little bit,
shit, outbox him a little bit. Outbox him like a
quite a bit.
motherfucker.
He was winning them rounds. Yes, that's the crazy part. He was winning them rounds because he always had that in him too.
Yeah, he
D-Lo,
just got tired coming down the stretch.
D-Lo say he say Gamboa hurt Bud worse than Mean Machine. He said in his opinion he shook it off immediately versus both.
I think that it was probably the weight. You know what I'm saying? Like against Mean Machine, it was at welterweight. It looked more like a flash knockdown because he was able to recover from it so fast. But against Gamboa, since he rate draining himself being a weight bully, he didn't recover from it as fast as he did at 147. So I think it was the loss of the cerebrospinal fluid surrounding the brain at 135 that made him look like he was more fucked up on them Bambi legs, like y'all be saying, with the check engine light on. Being a weight bully, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but I also disagree because if you go back and look at it, he was holding for a period of time and Gamboa was working. So I believe he was hurt more versus Gamboa. Then what's his name? His legs wasn't under him. And Gamboa was getting off shots and forcing Bud to hold more than twice. So I think that showed a little bit more, even though it probably was the weight that had something to do with it. But I think he would hurt more. He got right up versus Gavin. He got to work very next round. I'm trying to see what. Oh, right here. D-Lo say Ugas too, talking about how big he was. Ugas is a big motherfucker. That's what D-Lo say. He also said Gamboa made Bud switch stances. Yeah, he did. D-Lo said that was a KD in his opinion. He also said Bud was hella embarrassed from that knockdown.
Oh, let me
Yeah,
ask y'all a question real quick. Has Ugas ever fought below 147?
I don't think so.
Because for the most part, it'd be kind of hard for me to say, like, if a guy done fought at 140, maybe 135, that he's such a big welterweight. You know what I'm saying? For the most part, when a motherfucker big for the weight class, they ain't fought below that weight class for the most part. There are some exceptions to the rule. I understand, like Jaron Ennis is a big welterweight, and Virgil Ortiz. They both fought at 140, but they didn't stay there very long, if you notice. So for the most part, when you got like a big welterweight, he's not nobody that's been campaigning at no 140.
So our guy, 54 Milagros, Jordan Ugas has fought at 140. He started at 140, actually. Stayed there for a while.
Yeah, so I can't say he just some big welterweight, bro. Kell Brook and all them motherfuckers, I think that's a real big welterweight. Earl Spence, I think that's a real big welterweight. Them motherfuckers ain't fighting at no 140. You know what I'm saying?
You know, King Louis say maybe Porter fight. Sight Buzz say Sean. He also say never. I think he was talking about the conversation earlier. Sight
Yeah.
Buzz say Sean touched EJ face up. D-Lo, everybody talking to everybody right here. D-Lo say Earl Spence has never been hurt at all. His defense is impregnable. He also say Buzz fights are going as many rounds as Earl, so he is taking his fair share of punches. D-Lo 404 said Porter talked about it in the interview last week why they couldn't fight Bud like that. Napoleon salute, bro. Sean also said Sean Porter couldn't fight Berto that way So he just mauled that ass. Everybody speaking. It's like Bud said Bud was stronger than Sean in the clinch.
He was, man. I give him that. I talked about it and I posted the video so everybody could see it. The motherfucker is very strong, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's a part that people ain't really talking about, like as far as the fight goes. People don't talk about clinching skills. You know what I'm saying? That motherfucker is strong enough to clinch Earl. I remember when I called Earl Spencer's fight against Ugas, and Ugas was trying to clinch in some spots, but I kept on saying, Earl, fight not to clinch, coming back with something. That's because Ugas wasn't strong enough to clinch the motherfucker. Especially when y'all start getting tired. Well, not getting tired, but y'all start getting slippery, I guess I should say, because you know you're getting deep into the fight. It'd be hard to tie a motherfucker up. But I think Crawford's strong enough to tie up Earl Spence, and that's the reason why I highlighted that sequence in that fight.
D'Lo say Porter don't seem like the type of motherfucker to take his feelings into the fight. Porter ducked Spence, so he didn't let his feelings help push his ass in the ring. Well, he did show some feelings in the fight versus Bud. He was beating on the ring and shit when he got knocked down. Those emotions. So he do bring his shit into the ring. Napoleon Armstrong said, them punches ain't do shit, Trey.
Yeah, I already been talking shit to him.
D'Lo say Porter was good work versus Bud, but it was a good fight and it was close until it ended, like Beterbiev versus I don't even want to butcher
Well, Gazik? Was it Gazik?
Okay. Napoleon Armstrong said Crawford carried that man and stopped him on the man.
I ain't gonna give him all that. That man was landing punches on Crawford. I ain't gonna say that he was getting carried.
He said, where you post the highlights, Trey?
I had posted them in the Discord. You got to scroll up far as a motherfucker to go find them though. I think I still got them in my phone. If not, I'll go record the shit again. It ain't nothing.
Napoleon, you ain't in the Discord? Napoleon say, I read that already. D'Lo say on the man, Bud, huh? Side Bud say, yeah, Porter looked good in both fights. Napoleon Armstrong says, Sean had Earl looking like Marty Marr versus Harms. No. What was that? Shit jumped on me, y'all. Hold on. Boxing Truth Serum. Salute, fam. All right, D'Lo, those punches did plenty versus both to keep Porter in the fight. He also said Postol was known as the better jabber, but damn near fought a perfect fight versus that man. D'Lo said Postol was on the canvas versus Bud more than Legos on that mat. Logos on that mat. Napoleon Armstrong said Bud. He said Bud, you down on the cards. What? He said bam, 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 boom. It's over in my Floyd Senior voice. On the man.
Yep.
D'Lo say Postol got dominated. He said I didn't see much success. It was almost as bad as the Hearn fight, but he didn't go for broke. The Horn fight, I mean. Napoleon Armstrong said first time for Spence too. First heavy lifting coming up.
That ain't true.
Yeah, man. D'Lo 404 said we about to see it revealed who is who and what is what. Yeah, we is. Y'all know I ain't going nowhere. Me, my crow.
Nah, don't speak that shit into existence, nigga. We gonna be serving crow in this motherfucker.
I just want to make sure they eat theirs. Don't give it no week, no day. Come right here. You know what I'm saying? Stay and eat your crow, man.
Yeah,
Nah, that's Marlo the Prophet. He said he gonna eat his crow. Marlo know what's gonna happen, man.
It don't be often that Marlo eat his crow though.
Yeah, but like it's just like this nigga Kamal Oz. Like I literally have no respect for this nigga. Every time I serve this nigga crow, he want to disappear for a long time and let the heat die down, and then come back. Like right now, he came in talking all this shit in football season in the playoffs, talking about the 49ers, and I had the Rams winning it all. Ever since the Rams played the 49ers, I ain't seen this nigga since. Like I have zero respect for niggas like that. If you notice, like with me, you get my respect through fire. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why I got respect for Marlo. We got our shit through fire, nigga. If you can't even eat no crow, some simple crow, I ain't got no respect for you. He's a bitch ass nigga, in my opinion. That's just what it is.
We gonna get them all right, man. You know what I'm saying? So we gonna let each other, you know what I'm saying, get their cake. You know what I'm saying? Give your flowers, man. D-Lo say we about to see. Oh, I seen that. He also said I said they weren't perfect, but perfect for each other. I think I read that. Sight Buzz say Ugas fought at 140. Okay. Winston Lee said Ugas fought at 140 for top rank. Bet. D-Lo said yes, Ugas fought at. Everybody said yeah. L Dub came with it too early in his career. Napoleon Armstrong said it was just like Mayweather versus Mosley. Shook him and got that ass beat bad shortly thereafter. Floyd, great company to be in. The same bout with. Just don't let them talk about investments. D-Lo say by the standards, Porter weight bully ass is a big welterweight.
Hey, salute to the Block fan royalty. My boy El Fenici in the building. I thought I smelled a goat. Say salute to the Block familia in the corner. Have they made the EJ and Bud fight yet? They ain't made it yet, but the signs is pointing that we might get it. I gotta say, man, like I've been seeing a bunch of shit. Like Crawford was doing an interview on the Zone talking about the fight. I gotta say, man, if they do all of this and we don't get the fight, man, they fucked up for that shit, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nigga, give us the fight, man. Stop playing.
Man, we getting that motherfucker. Hey, Gil, if you can you post the Discord link in there for Napoleon? Whoever want to get up in there, man, ain't no bullshit up in there, man. It's all love. Just boxing talk, just talking to the brothers. Napoleon said, oh, I read that already. D-Lo say by that standard Porter weight, buddy, I read that too. You got Frogs and Wells in the chat. Napoleon said no Discord. Disco, nope. D-Lo also say I ain't never ducked no pro, but I ain't never gave nobody a pass. No pro neither, huh? El Fenici, my brother, salute in the building. D-Lo say I haven't seen Kamal Oz anywhere though. Gil Cole said I know somebody who don't pay their debts, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Square business. Hey, he ain't gonna do nothing but run a game on the nigga. He gonna tell me that he gonna do the right thing and don't do the right thing. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna send that shit to the collection agency up.
Yeah, for real. This nigga's a motherfucker, man. Hey, I'm gonna go ahead and say it, nigga. Anybody making bets, do not make a bet with King of Kings because he is not gonna pay his fucking bill. Square business. Put that out there in the community. Do not make no bets with King of King Boxing because he is not gonna pay his bill. Square business, straight like that, nigga.
No bill warrant. Hey,
do the right thing and pay your bill, nigga, and keep the integrity of the community on point. That nigga gonna lie to me. That nigga lied straight to me. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take care of that in 2 weeks, and the man ain't did nothing. So don't.
Hey, that was 2 weeks ago. My bad.
You need to do the right thing, bro. That shit ain't right, my nigga. Cause you know if it was on the other side, you would be looking for your bread, nigga. Wouldn't you?
Yeah, that's true.
I know the pandemic, fam. Is slow.
No, hey, I'll get it what I deserve. I pissed on yes sir for no damn reason, and it was a mark ass move.
Hey, the funny thing about it, he gonna question your integrity. I mean, do he pay his debts?
And don't make no mistake about it. King of Kings is our dear brother. We got love for this nigga. Yes, but you got to do the right thing, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, he's standing up, motherfucker. He ain't ran though. He's sitting there standing on his shit, man. He ain't ran.
He ain't been in the Discord.
You're right. Hey, he ain't ran and told no lies and made no videos about us talking about some bullshit ass lies he just did.
Hey, you gotta respect
it. Straight up, I gotta own that, man. He paid the brother. I do apologize, yes, sir. Like you said, I need to go ahead and take care of that.
You gotta respect it. He's standing here like I don't got your money and what? You know what I'm saying?
he playing like Smokey played Devo. Nigga counting $100 twice. What was I at though?
Damn.
I was at Gills. D-Lo say Floyd and them investments. Now everyone talking about their smart investment. Napoleon Armstrong said, speaking of bets, what we doing? Oh, we gonna definitely bet something.
Hey, I'm gonna give me a gentleman bet from you. Y'all know me. I don't bet no more than $20. I want something that everybody don't have no problem paying.
I'm probably gonna $1 to the side for your ass, Napoleon.
Well, I want me a gentleman 20, nigga.
Who was I had? D-Lo said those boys are everywhere. Who you talking about? El Fenici say, he said, I'm with you, X. Time to fight. Don't need no more build up. Yeah, it's coming, y'all. It's gonna come in. D-Lo said that shit is all about all but done. Yeah, I was hearing something about what's the dude name that runs show? Espinoza said that shit, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something said soon.
Yeah, I seen Bud talking about it. Like
I just
he's
didn't want to
really
put it
talking
out
about
there.
few things left to work out, but they say it's coming. I think that it's gonna come. They project in October, but who
Yep.
knows?
My man, L Dub said he think it's gonna be in November because a lot of shit going on in October. I wouldn't be bad.
Hold on, nigga. That's news right there. Hold on, where L Dub say that? Cause L Dub say he ain't have no belief in this shit. Like he don't see the shit happening at all. If he turn around thinking that it might be in November or something, nigga, that's big news, breaking news.
Yeah,
L Dub think it's a chance we might get the fight.
he said that on his live.
Already. Shit, they give me even more belief. If L Dub thinks it's a chance we gonna get the fight, we gonna get the fight. I give my nigga some credit because he always saying, man, hey, you know I'm different over here. When it comes to predicting what fights is gonna happen in the future, I give the motherfucker his credit. He is different with that shit. If you want the breaking news, go holler at L Dub because he gonna tell you about fights that's gonna take place before anybody even was talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, that's that. I got a lot of respect for L Dub too, man. I mean, I ain't even gonna get into it, man. But I got a lot of respect for y'all, man. Y'all opinions, you know what I'm saying, and all that kind of shit, man. Some of these cats come through and motherfuckers believe the bullshit, believe the lies and all that. I'm cool with that. But you know what I'm saying? As long as we come through and talk boxing, man, that's all I come to this shit for, man. I don't come
Speaking of
for nothing.
speaking of respecting opinions, man, shout out to the champ Ross. Cause I remember before the champ Ross, I get on here talking and niggas would treat me like I'm just talking out my ass. But the champ Ross gave me a little bit of respect in the community stuff. Shout out to champ Ross.
Nigga, that's how you get my respect. You get my shit through fire. Same thing with King of Kings. That motherfucker been doing good. He got my respect. That's how you get it. You know what I'm saying? If you go out there and medal, that show gonna mean something. But I really think that you gonna go out there and get first. That's where my money is.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to
Try
push
not
at
to let
least
you
get in
down.
the top five. At least top five. But the thing about it, man, last week, man, I picked all the winners right, but the results, there's way more knockouts. I didn't think Concepcion and all them dudes was gonna get knockouts like that, and they did. So kind of put me in like just minimum points. But y'all picked those dead on.
Even one of the women got a knockout. I predicted that shit. And fucking Ramirez though, man. We ain't talked about that. Damn Robisi.
Oh yeah,
Knock
man,
that
that was a
boy
good
out.
matchup. I knew that was. I didn't. I did not. There was no way. I picked Ramirez to win the fight, but I thought there was no way in the world he's going to win it by stoppage, and he did it too.
Yeah, me too.
Slept him.
I ain't pick him to
Right.
win. I thought that would be, if it was gonna be an upset, I thought that would be one. I thought old boy was gonna be the one walking Ramirez down, but that shit was the other way around. That motherfucker was the bigger man in that fight, and he got the stop.
Yeah, man. Abraham came out there with a mascot and got stopped.
I mean, he had a good showing up to that point. I picked Ramirez over there because the loss he got, it wasn't like that's a bad loss. So I still thought he could take it. And then, like you said, there was this elements that I was like, yeah, Ramirez is going to take the fight. But like I said, there's no way I saw you going to win by knockout. I was like, God damn.
If you listen to Nova before the fight, he was looking past Ramirez. He said Ramirez ain't nothing but a stepping stone, baby. I got bigger and better things coming in the future. You know what I'm saying? After this fight, I want to give me a title shot and all this kind of shit. And when I heard him talking like that, I was like, oh, yeah, this dude here, he tripping. How you gonna overlook a man that got gold in the AIBAs, gold in the Pan American Games, gold in the Olympics? As a matter of fact, he got 2 of them, and he ain't nothing but a stepping stone. Like, bro, you tripping?
Yeah, I think Robisi on a mission, especially after losing that debut fight. Man, you have to prove that shit was a fluke.
I'm gonna tell you this though. I saw an interview. I don't think he want no smoke with Shakur. That motherfucker
Who
said,
does?
"Hey, yeah, well, I'm just saying that for a guy that you beat in the amateurs in the gold medal round, why should you be scared of him?" But he talking about, yeah, man, we ain't in the same weight class. We probably ain't gonna fight. He'll probably be moving up to 135. I got respect for him and all this kind of stuff. But he didn't say, oh yeah, that's the fight that could be made in the future. He didn't even say nothing like that. That motherfucker that said we probably ain't gonna fight, man. He going this way, I'm going my way. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
That's what L Dub said. Do you have a take on Jessica McCaskill versus Alma and Burra undisputed fight this weekend?
Man, it's
Yes.
difficult for me that fight, man, because Alma Ibarra, she throw her punches real wide, and so I've never seen her get pressured the way Jessica McCaskill like to pressure people. So I mean, that's gonna be an interesting fight. I'm almost scared to make a pick on that fight.
Well, shit, I ain't
But she is
scared.
the bigger woman, though.
I'm not scared because I'm looking at the strength of schedule. I don't know shit about women's boxing, but I do got me a Raw championship though. And looking at the type of opponents for McCaskill knocking off what's her name? She knocked off twice.
Cecilia Breakers.
The old girl ain't got nothing like that on her resume. I got to go with McCaskill, man. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked like she don't beat a tougher opponent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean Cecilia was very much losing a step in that fight, but in
Yeah,
both of
but
their fights, actually.
compare her to the people on Ibarra's resume though.
Yeah.
A Hall of Famer. Do Ibarra got a Hall of Famer on the resume?
No, he got some decent fighters on there.
I saw a top 10 list of women's all time and Cecilia Break what's her name? Is it Cecilia Breakers?
Yeah, that's it.
She was on the list.
Yeah, I know she had to be.
You know what I'm saying? And McCaskill got that on her resume. So that makes me lean towards her. Hell, I don't know nothing about women's sports. I might be wrong, but that's the pick that I'm making on the channel Ross. I'm taking McCaskill by decision.
The thing about Ibarra is she's a bigger woman than McCaskill. Like McCaskill, she coming up. Like she's small for 147 where they fighting, but Ibarra she done fought like at 160 before though and won. So the only person to
Okay.
beat her is Raquel Miller, who's Raquel Miller is a really good amateur. She's like as far as like women's boxing, Raquel Miller is up there at the top. So she lost a
That could
unanimous decision to her,
And
but
she lost to her. Yeah, yeah. I had saw that. Yeah. That I'm
that,
glad you
that
said that she
could be a
lost to her.
handicap.
yeah. She beat Maricela Cornell and Candy Wyatt. Them like to me, them like the best two fights that I see her done won. But I don't know. Maybe L Dub got better info than me, but them look like the best two fighters on her resume to me.
Yeah, that could be a handicap though, motherfucker coming down from 60 to 47.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Well,
happened to Supernova, ain't it? Didn't he come down to wait for his last fight
Yeah,
against Ramirez?
yeah,
mm,
I thought I heard somebody say that shit, one of the commentators. I thought they said he came down and wait for that fight.
yeah, me too. Sight Bud said, "What's the top contender at 47 gonna do? While they wait on Bud and EJ, Stanionis, Ellis, Thurman,
Boots.
Booty, however you said, Butayev, I think that's how you said,
Yeah.
and Cody Crawley and Boots."
That nigga said Cody Crowley, boy. That boy a beast. I don't know if I'm gonna put him up in the list like that.
just to stay on the conversation we were just having, L Dub said Ibarra got amateur pedigree too, though, Trey.
I looked for the shit. I didn't see nothing that stood out to me. Like normally it'd be easy for me to find that shit if they got like a real deep amateur pedigree, but I didn't see nothing like what she win. And, like if you look at Katie Taylor or somebody like that, nigga, you can't miss all the goals blinging and twinkling at your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see all that with a borrow though.
Hey, I think Thurman gonna end up fighting Boots. I was hearing something about that. I don't know how true it is. And some of them guys might end up fighting each other. Like, but Napoleon Armstrong say about to put the riding lawnmower on Bud. What you mean? You about to put the riding lawnmower on him? Gil Cole set fire.
Hold on,
Napoleon
what did he
Armstrong,
say? What did he say, bro? He gonna put the ride lime on it?
yeah, on
Sound like
Bud.
he about to sell the farm. He about to
Oh,
sell the farm and go all in on Bud.
like gonna put the whole house on.
Yeah.
All right, Napoleon. Been a long time, huh? Shit, fuck it, might as well. All in. He also said he got fire emojis. That's Gil Cole. He also said, "Never too late to do the right thing."
No, it ain't too late to do the right thing. We stand for right on the corner, man.
Real talk. Dealer 404 said this is the week. Yasir finna be a rich brother. If Fanichi say so, He said, so what you saying? So what you saying is don't go to lunch with King of King. He might climb out the bathroom window during the dessert.
I don't know if his big ass gonna leave no meal, but you damn sure don't need to make no bet with him.
Damn, that's fucked up.
Hey, bro, I gotta keep it 100.
I'll take
nigga.
the L. No, I was sorry. I'll take the L's. Keep on.
Hey, only reason I said all that because you lied to me directly and told me I'm gonna take care of this nigga within 2 weeks. So that was like, man, that nigga don't give a fuck, man. That nigga just say anything to a nigga. So yeah, you gotta get that smoke a little bit, bro. We gotta get you to do the right thing.
He said, shut up, man. I'll take care of him in 2 weeks. Nigga, shut your ass up.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna say nothing to me, nigga, next week, nigga.
Little old bitty nigga.
I gotta stop being salty toward him. He ain't do nothing to me.
Nah, he did, man. He's a good brother, man. Really.
Yeah, that nigga is a good brother, though. Square big.
Good brother. Way over there in the UK, man. Good ass brother. No capping his rap at all, man. He stand for right. If you full of shit, he gonna say you full of shit, man. No bullshit, man. Real brother.
That nigga been taking care of the money too, nigga. We been gambling together. We make them bits, we be hitting. Boom, that shit right there on the PayPal. You know what I'm saying? For real, that nigga, he do the right thing as far as the books go. Keep the book straight.
Yeah. D'Lo 404 Boxing said Spence and Crawford are everywhere, man. They should be. Shit, I hope they eat it, man. Make this shit big as possible. Gil Cole said me and MZ got $20 on Beterbiev versus Bill if they fight. He called me out this morning, Marlo. I need you to put this in the books. I got Beterbiev. Oh shit, MZ finna be paying that $20. I'm locked in with you, Gil. It's locked in. Napoleon Armstrong said downloaded Discord. Got to register later. All right, bet. D'Lo 404 said I'm going with L Dub. He said that during the fight call last Saturday on here about the McCaskill fight. L Dub said 100. D'Lo 404 said he told me Porter versus Bub was done, where everyone was saying Bub was gonna fight some sucker, and that sealed it for me. D'Lo 404 said I'm gonna take a break from Champ Ross.
Hold on, bro. The cane go on mute. You over there washing dishes, bro.
D'Lo said I'm gonna take a break from Champ Ross, so motherfuckers will take my breakdown and prediction seriously instead of saying
that's true.
I don't KASAB with I don't know what that abbreviation.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie, man. That nigga put a prediction video out. I'll be like, man, all right, I'm gonna go over here and support my nigga, but he is number 50 on the Champ Ross. So shit, how accurate is this prediction about to be?
We have to start doing like whoever he picked, we don't have to go the other way.
You know what I said, man? Like, yo, if you come in 50, dog, you shouldn't be able to make no prediction. Like we should have a YouTube agreement, dog. If you in 50, dog, you can't make no predictions, man.
Hey, if y'all notice,
restrict your video.
Hey, if you notice, my nigga Napoleon ain't been sticking his chest out quite as far as he used to be since he been in the Champ Ross. Yeah, that Champ Ross will humble a man. Yeah.
Oh shit. Damn,
We still holding down some top slots though. We
we in the mid.
10.
The corner is being represented. You know what I'm saying? We in the top 10. Yeah, Napoleon got not Napoleon, but the Kane got action that winning the whole thing. So hell yeah, we in there.
Yeah, I knew I had a bad week when I saw my name next to Champ Ross, and I was like, fuck. When I saw my name with them, I was like, damn, I had a bad week, bro.
Only person that been at the bottom is D'Lo. Everybody else.
My problem with that, man, it's either like you said, Trey. So when you consistently stay in those top 3 or 4, you're in striking distance. It's 1 week I'm number 4, 1 week I'm in 20, 1 week 15, next week number 5. It's just like goddamn. I picked the fights right, but I picked the conclusions bad.
Yeah, it's tough like that. Shit, as long as you in the game, man. Get up and get son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm number 8. I'm number 8 or 9 right now.
Hell no, I'm number 8, nigga.
Oh yeah, you right.
12,
you slipped back
nigga.
above me. Last week I was above you. This week you slid back above me.
Yeah, you about number 12 or something.
I'm gonna get you this week, man, because there's gonna be no easy picks.
You in the top 10. You tied for 10 with somebody else. That's what it is.
Yeah. What's his name?
Hey, right now, D'Lo looking like El Fenici. He's looking like the Crow King on the Champ Ross. He said, if I haven't said it already, I got Terrence Crawford beating Spence. Man, that sounds good to me.
It sounds good to me too. That's a
Easy
kiss of
money.
death.
Well, one of these motherfuckers on the Champ Ross this week, I can't find no footage. He ain't got no birthday. When
What's
he
his
maybe
name?
I can't remember the dude. It's like the second fight, I think.
The undefeated fighters?
No, it's the one. Might be the one after that.
Hey, Napoleon said, why the fuck I pick a motherfucker with a blonde beard? Man, we locked in, bro. We both, that nigga both, man. Let's both eat crow, man.
Well, come on,
I'm
y'all, man.
more
Why
proud of
y'all?
Robeson, though. I like how Robeson did that shit, man. I was shocked. I was telling Trey during the fight, this nigga Robeson walking this nigga down. He ain't playing.
But hold on though, y'all. We did break that fight down last Monday, and we all pretty much said we gonna take Ramirez. We broke down the amateur background and everything. L Dub, he had Ramirez in the chat. Somebody else had Ramirez. I can't remember who it was. It might have been Joseph Brown, somebody like that. So I thought it was all. We all had that worked out. We
No, I
taking
was
Ramirez.
thinking strategic, man. I need some points. I need to get ahead of you, motherfucker. Man, I'm too far down. I can't be thinking like y'all. I need an angle. Goddamn me.
I understand, but I
Hey,
think
that's
the
some real shit,
overall.
Marlo.
Hey, that's all that was. I was willing to take a chance.
Marlo
That just
said,
one. That just one. I took a chance on, knowing I'll probably get to eat crow like a motherfucker. I
No,
didn't
but real
officially pick him, but you know what I mean.
real shit though, this is what I noticed. The best strategy is just make the best picks and then allow your opponents to make a mistake. And then that's how you catch.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If you try to gamble and take some long shots,
No,
that
never
shit
worked.
end up hurting more. Yeah, you end up getting
That
fucked
shit done
up.
dropped me like 3 slots. I had to struggle this week to get back.
the
Yeah, you're
dude
right
name
about
is
that, though, Trey.
Manuel Felipe Gonzalez. I couldn't find shit on him.
Man, well, who we fighting?
He fighting Pablo Vicente.
Okay, yeah, I remember I took Vicente in that one. The
Uh,
18 and one with 15 knockout, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's the
I
guy
think
that I took.
the other guy's 11 and one with 11 knockouts.
D'Lo say Ramirez said no thanks. I want to be undisputed at 126 and ain't got the first belt.
Who?
The Ramirez Robeson.
Oh, okay, yeah. Go get your belt first, brother.
D'Lo said, L Dub said that Ibarra got an amateur pedigree though, Trey.
Yeah, I heard him say that. I'm gonna go look for it again, man, and reassess my pick.
D'Lo said, I
Hold
am a
on, long,
former.
because every time L Dub come with that shit, I be wrong in the motherfuckers. Because he had me change my pick on that Maloney and Pellecte fight, man. So I don't know, man. I might need to just stay with my first mind, man.
D'Lo say I am a former weekly champion on Champ Ross. I am too. Goddamn me.
Hey, I say when I won the whole thing, I was number one. D-Lo was number 6, and Marlo, you was number 17, top 20. So that was pretty respectable. You know what I'm saying?
Was
Yeah,
me
yeah.
and Duquesne? Oh no, I just
Nah,
Napoleon
y'all wasn't
Armstrong,
in there then.
yeah.
Napoleon Armstrong said, that's the type of info I need to make my picks. He said weigh-ins and here and fighters train of thought. He said I do a 10-minute crash course, then pick. I do the same shit. I don't even do that. I pick off their motherfucking records, man. I don't do no type of look investigation right now. I still be in the middle of the pack.
These fights is too close, man. It's like some of the they some interesting picks because sometimes you be looking at the fights and there's some obvious ones they could put on there, and then they put these other ones, and I'd be like, you have to dig deep for them. Even going on box breaks, the dudes ain't got no picture or nothing. Like, damn, figure out what's this guy, what's gonna make me pick him over this dude. Makes you put a little more thought to it.
Hey, I would say this, bro. I would say to you, don't make your picks so fast. You know what I'm saying? Give a little time, let them marinate first, and see what's going on. Because like if you pick off the record, like for example, this week we got a guy that's like 16 and 0 with 12 knockouts or something like that. And if you go look at his box rec, the people that he beaten, they ain't never won a fight. I'm talking about they 0 and 5, and then when you click on it, the motherfucker 0 and 18.
5 of them
Another
be making their debut and shit.
making their debut, and then look, they make their debut, and if you go look at the fights that they had after the debut, they ain't never won now. Like they made their debut, the next time you see them, they 0 and 9 and 3. So that 16 and 0 with 12 knockouts, that don't mean shit. Nigga, you been beating cab drivers. So you get a chance to see that kind of stuff if you just wait a little bit. Go check out the box rec or something, you know what I'm saying? And then you'll do a lot better just off that. You ain't got to spend a lot of time with it. Just go glance at the box real quick and see the type of opponents they've been fighting and look at the activity. See when the last time he had a fight and all that kind of stuff. And that'll improve you a whole lot right there. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The police, I read that one. D-Lo say Pretty Beast Miller. Who was that?
Raquel Miller. She pretty
Ra-
like that?
Raquel. Okay.
That's her name. That's her alias in the ring. Pretty Beast.
Okay, is she pretty though?
She was when she was a little younger.
Okay.
That ass still nice. But
Yeah.
Oh, is that the girl that's married to oh boy, man, a boxer? What's his name?
Oh no, you talking about Jelly on Love?
Yeah, Jelly on Love.
Nah, that ain't her.
Oh, okay.
You talking about Latondra Jones with that long
that's
neck.
Thick as a snicker, man.
Yeah.
Napoleon Armstrong said, I heard during the fight, Nova said, I'm bigger with a longer reach. No way he beats me. He said, if I knew that, I wouldn't have picked him. D-Lo 404 said, yes, Nova came down from 130 for Ramirez. Napoleon Armstrong said, I was one round off of Hernandez versus DeMarco knockout, but should have picked Ramirez and would have been first place.
I was one round off of a fight too. I can't remember what it was. I had KO 6 and it ended up being KO 7. I was mad the motherfucker they couldn't have stopped that fight in the 6th round. Well, they had 2 bonuses.
Napoleon talking to D-Lo. He also said, nah, I'm going over 2K for Bud, so I'll take all bets till the 2 stacks gone. Oh shit, it's going down. Rod X the champ in the building. Salute, bro. Trying to catch up in the Chizat. Everybody talking to Rod X. Gil Cole said, I'm a strong 31. Oh, in the champ Ross. D-Lo said, hell no, I'm in like the 46. My bad, 49 or 64 people.
Well, I was close, nigga. I said 50.
Yes, I'm a strong 31. I'm up in here like 29.
D-Lo is number 49.
I think I'm 29.
There you go.
D-Lo 404 said, I might be back at 25. He said, Lady Chan is above me. That shit is humbling. I'm gonna get the top 10 finish.
Yo, that's bad, bro. You gotta get above her, man.
You gotta be above her, bro, for real.
I don't even know what that is.
You don't want to know.
You don't want to know. Napoleon Armstrong said, my problem is I don't know this era of boxing. I don't know this era of fighters. Once I lock in, I'm coming. Hell yeah.
That sounds like an excuse to me. You don't know this era.
Almond Brown in the building. Salute.
Yeah, I don't know this era.
Yeah,
hey,
that's
fellas,
my Amazon angel.
Hey, bro.
Hold on, I gotta make sure. Hold on, bro. I gotta make sure she hear me say this. Salute to my Amazon angel out there. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah. She said, I made it. Hey, fellas. Trey X, Marlo. Hey, bro. Panelists and chat. Blessings, sis. D-Lo said, I've been gambling like a motherfucker all year. He said, I'm gonna go back to picking conservatively next season. Fuck the dumb shit.
Yeah.
I'll still be smashing next season.
Napoleon said, I like to look at the fighters' losses to see what style they struggle with, and how hard of a punch they take and compare it to the new opponents. He said, I'm closing in on the top 20. Hell yeah.
Hold on. So he said, hold on. What Napoleon say with a hypocrite ass? He said, I like to look at the fighters' losses and see what style they struggle with. So you like to see what style they struggle with, but you don't care about the strength of schedule for Bud Crawford, though. All right. We'll take that.
Yeah. He just got a bias, man. I'm caught up, y'all. Yeah, he just got a bias. That's all.
He said he closing in on the top 20. All right. And then Ms. Almond Brown said she heard me. And then D-Lo said, Lady Chan is cool. I just don't usually finish below her on there. And then
it's nothing against her, man. But for us to be part of the corner, man, you gotta represent, because a lot of times she don't be knowing what she's talking about.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing against her neither.
Yeah, we ain't got nothing against her. She's just not good at picking fights.
She just be talking shit to go to be an opposition to me.
Nah.
There's a lot of stuff that it says it in her picks. You know what I'm saying? In her biased picks. You know what I mean? So ain't nothing against her. I'm just saying she really ain't in it because for the love. Like she, you know what I mean? She seemed like she just started just to get into the mix. That's just my observation.
Yeah, at least she's showing up and trying to, like you said, competing. But like you said, you can't pick by bias. You got to sometimes. So eventually, a week gonna come. A fighter you like, you gonna have to pick against.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I respect anybody that get up in there.
Yep.
Napoleon said, no excuse, Trey. If it wasn't for y'all, I would only watch top fights. I don't know these niggas. I shit, go have to make an adjustment then, bro, because we pick fighters all the time that I never even heard of. As a matter of fact, me and Yas have been betting on fighters that we ain't never even heard of. I be sending them pics. He be like, man, who is that motherfucker? Soli Bayer. I said, I don't know, nigga, but it looked like he gonna win by decision. Put the bet down.
Yeah, y'all be having fights over in France and the United Arabs. I'm like, who are these dudes, man? I'm like, what? And they having tough pictures and stuff. I'm like, man, y'all be picking some fights that we couldn't even want to see. And then I look at the posters and shit. I'm like, damn, this unreal over there. But
Oh yeah, I want to say. A matter of fact, give me a second. I'm gonna go find these fighters real quick. I'm gonna tell you because it's a situation. We got two hometown fighters, and you might want to pick against them. One from Argentina, one from France. I'll be right back.
Hey,
Hey,
it's a
Keith,
fight that
who is Destiny Black? They say she ran you off a panel, bro.
you guys know damn well she didn't run me off the pound. She the one left early, and she was acting retarded. That broad is the she does another. I think she from New York, but I think she live in Texas. She's not one of these loudmouth over 40 bitches that look wore out, man. And she was just being ignorant. She was so emotional about. She was calling Earl Spence One Eye Willie and all this shit. She was so emotional. Y'all go back and look. I stayed on there for the whole night. She ran off the panel. Who
Yeah,
said
so
that anyway?
if any of y'all
That's
females
hyphy.
that we named in this chat, ain't no disrespect to y'all. Don't know y'all. It ain't that kind of energy over here. Uh, it's just boxing. If y'all care to come state y'all opinion on the fight, y'all more than welcome. We serve y'all crow too. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell y'all it was
We
a
just
fight
not with
that
the mess though. Fair warning. If you trolling over here, if you with the bullshit, you come over here with the bullshit, you gonna hear them famous words.
Hey,
Oh yeah,
man,
so
let me jump in there real quick though. But it was Hyphy said Hyphy didn't even know about that till I told him. He's so stupid, man. Nigga's such a troll, man. It's all good though. It's all good. But no, hey, some of these boxing pounds, that's why I like this one so much. It's objective, but some of these other ones, man, it's like, dude, like I think we took like y'all took a week off, and that's why I ended up on that bullshit. And man, it's just not no logicalness in the damn fight picks. Like they just be all over the place. I give them a breakdown exactly why I saw the fight between Bud and him 7-5. Gave an understanding exactly why I saw it that way. And this bride started just saying all kind of weird. I just don't like Earl Spence, and then, I'm like, what? It's nothing personal, baby. He's gonna win the fight. I'm sorry.
yeah, that's what a lot of these people go wrong at. Be picking because motherfuckers got big nipples and shit. Like what the fuck? Oh, his nipples longer than the other. He's sorry fighter. You know what I'm saying? That's what I used to hear about Earl. I'm like, man, wow. I never heard that kind of a reason to pick a fighter because he watching his motherfucking body parts. Man, motherfuckers weird. One guy say Wilder legs is too skinny. That's why he gonna lose. I'm like, bro, that's not no breakdown. That's not even no observation of a fight. You looking at a man's character, body frame and shit. That shit weird as hell. You know what I'm saying? No skill breakdown, no none of that. No resume breakdown, no tendencies, no none of that. It's just straight up. I don't like his nipple. I don't like his legs. You know what I'm saying? I don't like how one eye lean over to the left and the other eye. Like those are kind of motherfucking breakdowns that motherfuckers be giving to. It just
I don't
all up to
understand
hate.
how you hate somebody you don't even know. And like you said, the breakdown, she was just bringing up like he has a bad eye and he can't see. And I was just like, yo, and then she just started. I was like, man, this bro. I was like, man, she's such like I said, it was just so weird. And I was like, why are you so emotional? And then another dude jumped on her and said, you being so emotional about it, like, yo, if you like, but I just don't like him. And it was just yeah, all his nipples and all this weird shit. I'm like, yo, are you serious? What? Okay. It's like, whatever, man. So she ended up getting pissed off and fucking getting off the thing. But like I said, I don't like going on that shit because these motherfuckers don't be talking boxing for real.
I just be like,
But like you said, they be on some. It's like our breakdowns. They just assume that you like. Look, first of all, I don't know none of these fighters to hate them or not like them or whatever. I may not like their fighting style to a certain extent, but I have to respect it because they go out there and do this shit every week. I mean, every year and get this shit done. So if I size a guy up, it's not nothing personal. It's just like I see something where this guy matchup, and it could be matchup to matchup. I might take a fighter and think he can beat everybody except for this particular dude. And this particular dude might have 5, 6 losses on his record, but that's just sizing up opponents. It's nothing personal.
Hey, but that's the thing though, man. Like y'all know the way I break down fights. I probably done made Earl Spence fans as mad as I made Crawford fans because I'm gonna go out there and analyze this shit, bro. I'm not gonna overlook no deficiencies in nobody, even if it's a fighter that I like. It just be hard for people to keep them emotions in check. What I want to tell y'all is in the fights that's coming up weekend, there's 2 fights that I wanted to highlight for y'all real quick. One of them is Brian Suarez versus Albert Ramirez. It's the first fight. Suarez 17-0 with 16 knockouts, and Ramirez is 13-0 with 12 knockouts. Suarez is the hometown fighter in this fight. He's from Argentina, and this fight is in Argentina. I've been picking against them situations a few times this season, and I've been wrong. Like I said, Ramirez isn't an Olympian, so that's probably the fighter I'm taking. But he'll probably go out there and lose in Argentina. And then
He
the
a
other,
big motherfucker too, Ramirez.
I ain't seen him yet. I did watch Suarez. I thought Suarez had a decent fundamental style out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Just know if there's a boxing channel on YouTube, any Argentine fighter, he posts pretty much every fight that come on TYC, which is like they show all the Argentine fights. So it's gonna be on YouTube. He'll be in the corner with a little stupid ass cartoon making commentary, but you see the fight.
Okay. And then the other fight I wanted to talk about was Matteo Signani versus Anderson Presto. This fight is in France. And Presto is the hometown fighter. He's from France. Signani is from Italy. You know what I'm saying? I think Signani should be the favorite in the fight. I know he got 5 losses, but I think his competition have been better. And he only got 11 knockouts, but don't be surprised if he knocked this guy out because Presto has only had 1 fight since 2019, and he's coming off a year layoff. Signani don't have that many knockouts, but one of his knockouts at least then came against an opponent that's coming off a year layoff. It was like 13 or 14 months. So that the inactivity could hurt Presto, and he could get knocked out in this fight. But like I was saying, Presto is the hometown fighter. And that might actually give Signani more of an incentive to knock him out and not let it go to the cards and shit because he might get robbed. So be on the lookout for that, y'all. Champ Ross.
Hell yeah. D-Lo said Welch on about over there too, huh? I think he was talking about over there in Argentina or something.
What did he say?
Welch. He said Welch on a belt over there too, huh?
I don't even know what that means. My bad.
Ivy said Marlon Trey's #1 male channel. Appreciate you, bro. Napoleon Armstrong said One Eye Willie about to get his ass whooped. Ivy say Lady Chin and Lisa Bias, the #1 women's channel. D-Lo say bet. D-Lo say bet. Napoleon Armstrong said King of Kings. If we bet, are you gonna pay me?
That's a good
Hey,
question.
you ain't supposed to read the comments when they ain't talking to you, man. No.
Oh shit! It's just the way he had it that made
Hey,
me
it's
read
all
that
good.
shit.
Y'all can. It's all good. I deserve to get shit on. It's
Hey, he
all
didn't
good.
at you, bro. You know if he would have at you, I would have said I'm gonna stay out your
I
bed.
know. I'm just messing with
Look
you.
at it. He didn't at you, nigga.
I
That's
knew
my
you was
fault.
gonna. I see. I read. I was like, damn.
They hope this nigga skip
I
over
knew I
it.
was gonna
He
get shit
usually
on
do.
tonight, so I was like, fuck it. I gotta come here and get shit on. It's all
Hey,
good.
D-Lo say motherfuckers be black shaming. Black shaming Bud, trying to lifestyle shame Earl, race shame Thurman, and dad shame Porter. Break down the matchup, motherfucker. If you can't, most can't say they talk shit. For
Yeah,
real, man.
that's right though, D-Lo, straight up. That's
That's what
that's
I
the
respect about a
situation that
motherfucker like
happened,
that.
man. And
That's
it
why I
just
fuck
was.
with Ill Dub. You know what I'm saying? I know he messes with a lot of people that I don't really mess with, but
Yeah,
I
yeah. Well,
mess with
hey man,
Ill
if you get
Dub.
in some of these circles, man, these fools, like I said, it's almost like Hype, the one I was on. We make fun of that dude. I just don't want to give him no props to say his name, but that shit, like I said, it's just every now and then you think it's cool and all, but man, these motherfuckers be weird, bro. They don't not understand boxing. Like their breakdowns are just bad.
And if you
I
ain't
mean, but just
subscribed to Ill Dub Boxing, y'all listen to this on the background. Make sure y'all subscribe to our brother Ill Dub. He keep you up on the rankings in the WBO, WBC, and he break down the fights, man. He ain't with the others, the extras. He actually be into the to the skill of boxing. That's ill
A-
little boxing.
And the piggyback, people talk shit, but that's also one reason why they focus on how much money the fighters are gonna get paid. They want to focus on who is ducking who. They want to talk about sanctioning bodies and contracts and all this kind of shit. Everything that ain't got nothing to do with who gonna win the goddamn fight and breaking down skills because they don't have the aptitude to do that shit. So they just focus on what they can understand with their feeble ass minds when it comes to this boxing shit. You know what I'm saying?
Straight up.
Salute to my nigga Eric Carr in the building. What's going down?
Salute, bro.
Salute to Eric.
Yeah, they don't be knowing what the hell they be watching. They don't be watching. They don't care if motherfucker getting hit. Uh, they don't care who's scoring points and nothing like that. They still favorite. So I don't watch fights with motherfucker. Motherfucker clearly be losing the round, and just because they like the motherfucker, just because the crowd screaming, they gonna get that motherfucker around. You know what I'm saying? Um, right here, Napoleon said Bud and Willie. Napoleon also said Spence. King said he got Spence. Napoleon said I know. Eric R said my nigga. Salute, bro. What's happening? Gil over here laughing. Napoleon said, my baby cop.
King of Kings is what he said.
Okay.
Yeah.
More about the king of the kin, folks. King of King's name has been soiled by you dirtbag.
Eric R said, you remember what the late Roger Mayweather said? Most people don't know ish about boxing for real, man.
Most people don't know shit about boxing.
Hey, that go Boomerang, y'all. King Boomerang, man. Shout out to you, man. We done gave you your props on hitting that motherfucking. Who was that fight, y'all?
I don't think that's
It was
Cactus Jack.
no, that's not Cactus Jack.
Oh, that was Cactus Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that
Salute
was.
to him though. What's up with it?
Yeah,
Salute
he named
Boomerang.
himself
What's happening,
Kangaroo or
fam?
something.
He said Beterbiev gave a better lesson of boxing to Smith on 2 rounds than Bivol on 12 rounds. Footwork, movement, angles, accuracy with power on a 6-inch difference. He said the people underrated the skills of Beterbiev. Not us, my boy. He damn sure did though, bro. You right.
And also, we can't be a prisoner of the moment. Like styles make fights. We can't take that away. Just because it was an outstanding performance, we can't just say styles don't make fights. Bivol is a fucking pure boxer, so he's not gonna make it look like Beterbiev. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a different situation. I think both of them was pretty impressive. That's the reason I picked. That was one reason why I picked Bivol to beat Canelo because he went out there and shut out Joe Smith. Joe Smith couldn't do nothing but hit him with one punch. And I think that was like the 8th, 9th round at the end of the round. That's the only thing he could do to Biffle. He couldn't even touch that man.
Left hook or something. Huh?
Yeah, so like I can be relatively equally impressed if one guy just go out there and blow a motherfucker out, just put hands on him, and another guy go out there and box a hit and not get hit type of fight to perfection. I think both of them deserve respect.
Eric R said, great point, Trey. Napoleon said, oh, he said, my bad, King. Eric R said, I got Spence, and I don't have to hate on shit on Bud to do so. Facts. He said, I like both fighters, but I ride with EJ on this one. He said, let's go. Real talk. That's why we break it all down in skill, man. Nothing about how dark he is. Nothing about none of that. He go fishing and shit, or whatever the case may be, because there ain't no hate. Got respect for his skill, man.
Man, I want to tell y'all about 2 fights that happened this weekend. I already tried to tell Trey to watch the Gucci fight. I know he ain't watch it yet.
Nah, I wouldn't watch the highlights though.
Oh.
You know, the zone put out some outstanding highlights, bro. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like 15 minutes worth of highlights. Hell, I think I got a pretty good grasp of where that motherfucker coming from.
What you think? What you think about the highlights that you saw?
I mean, he was a bad motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like he the type of guy that could make me interested in them smaller guys. Cause I ain't gonna even lie, man. It'd be hard for me to relate to them dudes and really be wanting to watch that shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he's dynamite, bro.
Yeah, for real. But yeah, well, 2 fights this weekend, man. The 2 women fights. Yulihan Luna Avila, she fought Jessica Gonzalez, and she put on like a little mini masterclass against that woman. You know, she won by UD, but she improved a lot because she used to crumble when people show aggression toward her. That's she lost the one fight she lost. Well, one of the fights she lost, but she was boxing beautiful and she was able to make her girl pay when she tried to come in aggressive. But the other fight was that Gabrielle Alanis versus Tamara DeMarco. Tamara DeMarco had the WBO belt, and Gabriella Atlantis was challenging for the belt. So they both had amateur background. I don't know how well they did in the amateurs, but I know they had some amateur background. Tamara DeMarco's like 33, somewhere in her 30s, and Gabriella Atlantis is like 25. So this Tamara DeMarco, she got good movement, she got good head movement. But this Gabriella Atlantis girl is aggressive. Her nickname is La Chucky. So let you know how she coming to stalk you. But she knocked this woman down twice in the first round, beat her up for six rounds until her corner threw in the towel. And that fight is on YouTube. I'm telling you, go watch it. Gabriella Atlantis versus Tamara DeMarco. That was like a hell of a performance to take the belt off the champion.
I'm gonna go check that out then.
Yeah.
Hey, Napoleon said, Paul, my bad, bro. I should have known you didn't say no damn baby, but I was just trying to hear him read to the thing. But correctly, he said, my bad, King of Kings, he meant. Then he said, pause, nigga, on that baby shit. Key Boomerang said, Bibble was saved by the bell against Joe Smith.
Didn't I mention that? I said that he took one punch at the end of the round, and that's all that Joe Smith did the entire fight. That's all he did. That's it. And then look at Hyphy. Salute to D-Ray Promotions. But Hyphy just said something that sounds like he's saying something, but he ain't really saying nothing, in my opinion. He said Bivol is limited as a boxer also. The fact that he beat boxing's biggest star has people overrating him as a great boxer. Okay, so he can't do everything in the ring. He ain't got like a great inside game, for example. But he plays to his strength and he plays to his identity. Let's look at some of the greatest fighters of all time. Let's look at Joe Frazier. Would you say that Joe Frazier is a limited boxer? Can Joe Frazier box on the outside like Ali? Or do he get on the inside and play to his strengths? How about Mike Tyson? We could go down the list. All fighters are not going to be perfect in every area of boxing, but if you're able to play to your strengths, you can go out there and be successful.
Yeah, a lot of these guys are enamored by this. That's why you have all these Bud and Boots fans, because they're enamored by guys. Oh, he can box outside. He can switch stances and all that stuff. It's best to be great at one thing than be good at a few things.
Yeah.
Was Muhammad Ali a great inside fighter? Or did he play to his strengths?
Not even a body puncher.
D-Ray Promotions got the big fish and then the little fish on the pole. I'm taking it that he riding with Earl or he riding with Bud, saying that the big fish gonna get turned to the little fish. Napoleon talking to Eric R. Key Boomerang said Ramirez versus Nova was good also. Yeah, it was, man. We was talking about. I was saying I was surprised to see Ramirez walk Nova down like he did. Eric R. said I do hate Bud fans except for D-Lo 404 and another nigga, but the rest of them Bud Israelites can kick boulders with bare feet.
Nah, I mean the Kane is real. Yeah, the Kane is level-headed. Napoleon is a cool ass Crawford fan. He just gonna talk shit. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing emotional. It ain't nothing malicious. It's just we go back and forth. Like we literally have been going back and forth about this fight for like 3 years. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't never got out of hand or crazy. We just talk shit and go back and forth, and then we cool and talking shit next time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we have great conversations with DeCane and D-Lo, and you know, saying the perspective. Like I said, those ones that Eric R is talking about, it's just like those. Eric R, just to keep it real, if Bud fuck around lose, all them motherfuckers are gonna disappear, because you can just tell it's just they trying to ride the horse, just thinking, oh yeah, everybody, let's roll with Bud because this and that. And when he loses, they ain't gonna realize, like, you can still be Bud's fan even though he lost.
Mm-hmm. The opponent on show said Nova wasn't all he could be, down in weight and scared to get counted. He said F that, kill or be killed, and he got tranquilized.
Yeah, he got fucked up.
Mm-hmm. Key Boomerang said I thought Spence would beat Bud after his car accident. I think it's Bud now. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Eric R said the opponent, let me get out y'all business. They talking to each other. Key Boomerang said Joe Louis. He said Joe Louis better than Ali after I watched Joe Louis fight on YouTube.
Oh man, I think Ali will whoop his ass. I think he'll go out there and outbox him. You know what I'm saying? But there's still two fighters that you can say got limitations. Joe Louis is not a outside fighter. He's not gonna fight from distance. He gonna fight you up close. Ali the type of guy that's gonna fight you from distance for the most part. So it's still two guys that wasn't perfect at everything, that had limitations, but made the most of what they could do well.
Yeah, one got a motherfucking dangerous lead left hook.
Joe Louis had them short punches, man. He one of the most devastating punches of all time. He hit a motherfucker with a body shot one time and looked like it went all the way up to his elbow. He had his fist so deep in that man's stomach. You know what I'm saying?
Eric R said he said they can flip a coin on that other nigga spot.
And that nigga posted a Bitcoin. They can't even flip that motherfucker. Yeah, we got some player Crawford fans though.
Yeah, we do. We got something we can actually have a conversation about, man. Break down the fight and go back and forth. Pick each other brains.
I guess on the flip side, I guess we got to say that we some cool Spence fans. Because I'm pretty sure there's some Spence man fans out there that's on some bullshit.
Man,
Even
you
though
know
we
that.
even though we on the same side, we on the same team. But them niggas be out there on that bullshit, man. They say a lot of shit that I don't agree with.
That's why I don't even get on that shit. You got niggas who don't know how to listen to a different opinion than niggas who do. Like whether you a Spence or Bud fan, like it ain't about what side you on. It's about what kind of nigga you really are. Like
Yeah.
Keith Boomerang said Trey X, yeah, he said difficult to compare the two eras, but I was impressed by Lewis.
Oh yeah. Lewis, longest reigning heavyweight champion of all time, 25 title defenses. That motherfucker would reign as a champion damn near for 12 years, from 1937 to 1949. I mean, how can you not be impressed? That's my grandfather. That was my grandfather's favorite fighter. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Joe Louis, man. Look what he did for the sport. Look what he did for black people in the sport. After Jack Johnson, they didn't want no heavyweight champion that was black. It took Joe Louis going out there taking them lumps and swallowing his pride. So he can advance the black heavyweight champions and shit, man. So hey, ain't nothing but respect for the great Joe Louis. I just think that stylistically, I would have to take Ali over Joe Louis because his feet were just so much faster and his hand speed was so much faster.
Dilo say Joe Louis was a hard man in that ring. Yeah, he was. Hype say Crawford has a whole Dallas-based anti-Spence YouTube community. YTBC. It's funny.
But at the same time, I'm pretty sure that Crawford got a whole bunch of anti-Spence motherfuckers out there in Nebraska. You know what I'm saying? That just seemed like people rooting for their home interests. But at the same time, I like some of the shit that people be saying, I can't get with that shit. Like you can take that shit too far, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Eric R said, I got one homie who would have you believing Earl could go all the way up into the bridger weight and compete. That's my homie though. You know, 404 said, he said, I just got Crawford beating Spence. I'm still a boxing fan first. Right? Napoleon Armstrong said, yep, motherfuckers want to act like you can't make a pick or have an opinion on Bud versus Spence. He said, I light their ass up.
Yeah.
Real talk. You know, 404 said Joe Louis was what Sonny Liston aspired to be. And he was hellified great in his own right.
Yeah. And Napoleon, you should be lighting their ass up. You've been sparring back and forth with the great Trey X for 3 years, nigga. They light work compared to me.
and I'm gonna hang that hat on y'all because L Dub, I listened to his live one time. He tried to take calls. He ain't never did this shit no more. The first nigga that called, listen, the first nigga that called in, he was like, because you know how L Dub be talking about everything, right?
Yeah.
He talking about all the shit that's going on that week. This dude called in. He like asking, so what you think about the fights this week? He's like, yeah, I don't really know them fighters, but man, I want to talk about Errol Spence, man. Errol Spence. I'm like, this nigga don't know nothing about boxing. He just want to talk about Spence. And L Dub ain't took calls one time after that. I gotta get that to the Spence fans, man.
I've been fucking with L Dub on the live stream lately, man. He be over there keeping you informed, you know what I'm saying? But I can see him not tolerating no shit like that. I could definitely see that.
Yeah.
Real talk. What was it? Oh, Napoleon. Napoleon said Spence hate come from how he and the PBC move. I don't know where Bud hate come from.
Well, Bud hate came from me because the motherfucker ranked #1 pound for pound and the strength of schedule ain't worth a fuck. That's where it come from for me. But all that top ranked Toby and all that kind of shit, I ain't never get off into that. I always just keep it about the boxing. And once he went out there and beat Sean Porter, I actually got off his case pretty significantly. But now they talking about him fighting Earl Smith, so I got to crank the heat up again. You know what I'm saying?
Hell yeah, put that motherfucker on 400 degrees. D-Lo 404 said, he said, listen is very well, right there. No, he said, I get irritated by fans on both sides saying some irrational ish. For real, man. Key Boomerang said, is it signed Smith versus Bud? Not official yet. D-Lo 404 said, listen is very underrated all the time. He would be a bad matchup for many other all-time greats in heavyweight, in his opinion. Ivy said, but that's how I see 98% of boxing channels. They can't talk about anything besides the top 8 most popular fighters.
And that's why I feel like if you smart, you want to take advantage of the Champ Ross, because the Champ Ross is gonna force you to pay attention to other fighters. You know what I'm saying? That's one reason why I decided to take it seriously, because like in football and stuff, I'm at my best with my football knowledge when I'm betting on the shit, like with college football and stuff like that. So I said, man, let me get a deeper interest off in this boxing. Let me get a rooting interest or something. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that'll help me lock in and I can learn about the more obscure fighters. And I think that shit done helped a lot. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, these boxing channels, stop running from the fade on the Champ Ross. The shit is a tool. The shit can really help you have a better channel, increase your boxing knowledge, and give you a wider range. Take advantage.
I
And
gotta
if
heavily co-sign that because like a lot of these fighters, I've been meaning to get into like these lower weights and shit, especially with the women, because I'd be neglecting like the minimum weight and the light flyweights and all of that. But them 2 fights I just told y'all about, them is like flyweight and light flyweight and bantamweight and shit. Like, I mean, the Champ Ross done helped me become a lot more aware. I know who got the belts and all type of shit. So yeah, I gotta co-sign that.
nigga,
Hey, I'll
continental
double down on
championships.
that. Oh my
Yeah.
bad.
No, I was just saying, nigga, we be looking at continental championships and shit, nigga. Some shit that I ain't never even thought about on that Champ Ross. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, the crazy part, like you said, is because at one point in time I was complaining, not thinking like, man, there's not a lot of boxing, but with the Champ Ross, you realize, man, there's all kinds of fights, and you start paying attention to shit. You like, oh, look at it, like to the point because even if he had 15, there's really about 25, 30. You know what I'm saying? And you see other fights, you start sizing up stews, you start paying attention, like you said, you start looking at the guy's biograph and start. I mean, it makes you learn about all the fighters at different levels, so that you don't just have to watch fights at the big events. You can watch all the fights and really, appreciate and understand what you're looking at.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you learn about new fighters too. Like we learned about Lanier Perro. He got a fight coming up pretty soon. I learned about Bam Rodriguez because of the Champ Ross. I learned about David Morrell because of the Champ Ross. So that should just expand your horizons. And y'all be on the lookout for Bam Rodriguez this weekend on the zone. He fighting against Sonra Visa. I think he about to go out there and take care of the old guard. You know what I'm saying? He done started off with Carlos Quadras. Now he about to go take care of Sonra Visa. And he might have Chocolate Tito in the future or something. He might get beat by Chocolate Tito because he is like a Hall of Famer type guy. But this kid, Bam Rodriguez, looked like he wants to put himself in position for greatness.
Hey, Napoleon Armstrong said, Bud don't make the rankings though. He said he just makes sure he top dog. Curious, do you have Spence higher on your list?
See, I always said I ain't never said Earl Spence was #1 pound for pound. So when people try to throw Earl Spence back at me, I ain't never say the man was #1 pound for pound. I think he deserved to be on the list. I never said Crawford didn't deserve to be on the list. But just to have him a clear-cut #1 pound for pound, I did not agree with that. I felt like it was a lot of people that was vying for pound #1. I didn't see a clear cut. Like when Mayweather was #1 pound for pound, easy conversation. We ain't got to talk that long about it. Mayweather #1 pound for pound as far as skills, strength of schedule, everything. Andre Ward, you made a strong case that he was #1 pound for pound based off accomplishments, strength of schedule, skills, all of that shit. Crawford, I do not agree with the strength of schedule. And that's the only problem that I had. And that's what made me start saying the shit that I was saying.
Eric R said the Champ Ross made me a better man.
Yeah.
He also said, he said, I'm mad as hell not being in the top 10. Oh,
Gotta
it's
come
all
back
good.
with something. It's your first season though.
Yeah. Dito 44 Boxing said grown ass man crying on video about someone else's opinion is wild.
Hey, Eric, are us Bud fans be knowing what we talking about sometimes if you refer to the Champ Ross? But go ahead, Marlo.
One Bud fan doing good on the Champ Ross now.
Let's not
Now,
pull. Let's not poll the Champ Ross and see who got Bud. It might change your. It might change your attitude.
and I would say this overall, Spence fans do better on the Champ Ross. Spence fans have a certified champion on the Champ Ross, and that'll be the great Trey X. So yeah, don't downplay the Spence fans and the Champ Ross, my brother.
You're not a contender, an actual champion.
Actual champion, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, if I win coming in late, hey, I'm gonna feel real good about that.
I can't lie, that'll be impressive. If you wouldn't have missed them 3 games, you might already be up.
Yeah, you would be in the
You know what I'm
early
saying?
in the top
Yeah.
spot.
See, that's bro. Listen to what I'm saying, DeCane. You're in trouble, bro, when it comes to this fight. Ain't no hate, no hyperbole or nothing with me, nigga. I'm a straight shooter. I call it like it is. You my competition, I'm telling you. Oh man, if you would have did this, you would be number 1. Oh man, you better go catch this dude and all this kind of stuff. So what would make you think I don't have the same mentality when it comes to Crawford and Spence? You think I'm just hating on this man, nigga? I'm over here analyzing this shit,
Oh,
nigga.
I know you analyzing.
Y'all in trouble, man.
We would hate to see you. We would hate to see that one of our brothers from the corner lose the Champ Ross by picking against Spence. Man, just don't do
Oh
it.
man.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
it's just one fight, brother.
Hey, one fight, 12 points, maybe, because you might pick the round and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Eric R say Earl got to beat Bud. He said Mel, I got over EJ. And Key Boomerang said I really like Loma, but why is he on the pound for pound list? He doesn't have a belt. And he got
That's just trash, man. Look, y'all, ESPN's pound for pound is probably no Ring Magazine's just as
that's
bad.
probably the weakest pound for
They're
pound.
horrible. Yeah, they ain't no good, man. That putting Lomo on there, that's just trying to be disrespectful to Devin Haney. Yeah, I got a pound for pound list, but I got Bud like ranked very high on my pound for pound list too, man. So I mean, there ain't no shade on him at all. That's just me recognizing how much great of a feat it's gonna be for Earl to defeat him. This ain't no common dude. This ain't some Selecki type motherfucker,
I got a feeling most of them people that really hate Spence, they're gonna be saying that Bud too small, he be the smaller guy like Mikey and all that shit after the fight. Right?
After telling us weeks of that, he finally, you let him grow into the weight now and all this crap.
But on the flip side, if Crawford win, they gonna say that Earl outgrew the division and he was weight drained and shit. So it's gonna be
car
excuses.
crash.
It's gonna be excuses no matter how it go. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it go.
Dito 404 said look like Bam is going on the Chad Dawson senior circuit run, clean out the old guard.
Senior circuit run.
Eric Hart laughing and shit.
Hey, it's impressive though. It's impressive though, man. That motherfucker Bam got some great. I know you probably want to shut this shit down, bro. You trying to catch up real quick. I just want to say, this kid has the opportunity to be on this pound for pound list one day, y'all. I think he's special like that, man. The dude can double and triple up with the same hand. He understands angles. He uses his southpaw stance very effectively. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think we're looking at something special.
What was that?
Napoleon.
Oh, Napoleon said Spence fans be like, sign the contract. It could be a clause saying I owe you 30% of your future fights, or ditch Bomac like Canelo did and Wolf. We don't know. Yeah, I don't know what's to be in them contract. That's why I wasn't tripping on that. Can't tell nobody what they deserve, man. 70,
But we ain't got no fear. Nigga, ain't no fear in no goddamn Crawford where you got to put all that shit in the goddamn contract. Man, get off the gas with that shit, Napoleon.
Yeah, we got to put it. Just coming up with some bullshit, man. Come on, easy work. Come on, man.
Dilo say 49% and accounted for.
No, number 49 present and accounted for. Yeah.
Salute.
All right, number 49. Salute to you. Facts, how everybody talking right there. D-Lo say, give me the fight. Fuck how it turns out. I just know a bunch of motherfuckers are going to be high now. Yeah, they is.
I
And
ain't
we
gonna lie,
won't.
man. I be looking at D-Lo pics like I'm like, man, this nigga just doing something, man. He ain't trying. Like
That
I know.
nigga,
He just
that
he just
nigga
picking
picked 3
names with
draws.
darts.
That nigga picked 3 draws on one line, on one card and get all them hoes right.
I'm like D-Lo just playing around now, man.
Keep
Dodge be
Boomerang
10
say
to 1,
Better
he
Be
pick a
was not
draw.
on the top on the pound for pound top 15 list.
Shit, he might
They
not
got him on
deserve to
there.
be. I don't think he deserved to be.
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, all right, he beat Gazi. That shit was cool. He beat Sir Marcus Brown. That was cool. Joe Smith Jr., common man. That's cool. I'm not seeing nothing that's screaming pound for pound for me. I understand his talent. I understand the amateur background. I understand his ability. If you want to look at the original meaning of pound for pound, you can put him on the list. But if you look in the more modern day pound for pound, where we mix in the eye test plus the resume, and I don't think he should be on the pound for pound list. That's just my opinion, though.
Yeah, D-Lo said, I don't think a belt makes you pound for pound or not. He said, I think once Bud got pound for pound number one undisputed, became a pound for pound launching pad. Napoleon Armstrong said Earl the main one calling Bud small Marlo. Charlo too. Ramirez was smaller than Nova too.
And your boy gonna get his ass whooped, man. We ain't trying to hear all that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's why when you're saying he done fought as low as 135. Like that is considered a smaller guy, right? It's versus somebody that fought at 54 and 47 their whole career. Then one guy fought 35, 40, and now 47. So they will look at him as a smaller guy because they ain't got nobody in the ring with nobody like that. Hypey say everyone that so that he already making his excuse to say if he lose he's the smaller guy. Okay, that's gonna be your
Locked and
excuse.
loaded.
Yeah, it sounds like Napoleon locked and loaded for that excuse. Hypey say everyone disowned Josh Taylor when he was pound for pound on everyone list.
Not everybody. Taylor gang. I went back and watched that fight again. I gotta call it like I see it. So the first time I watched it, I felt like he lost, and I had to call it like I saw it. But when I went back and watched it again, man, I felt like he went out there and got on Catterall ass. Well, at least he beat him 113 to 112. I will say that. And I like the fight against Jose Zepeda. If they get that made, I think that's a good look for Josh Taylor. And he talking about he want to get the rematch against Catterall. So yeah, I'm still Taylor gang. Goddamn me.
I
Dino
just
say
think
Dino
a
say
lot of the my bad, sorry.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
No, I just think a lot of that has to do with like, I gave a criteria how I do the traditional style pound for pound, and it's just like I think the reason I probably dropped Josh Taylor is because everybody I see above him, I don't like if they were the same size. I don't think Josh Taylor could beat him. So it ain't that he's a bad fighter. Anybody forgot about him, but he had a bad showing. It might have just been pressure coming, being at the hometown, man. These hometown fights, man, lately ain't good for you, man. Joe Smith was at home, got knocked out. So
Shit, he
it is
barely
what
had
it is.
20 fights too. Right? Taylor what had 20 fights? Barely.
Yeah, about 25.
Dino say Bam is nice. That Karen kid is too as well.
Yeah, but Bama's on a different level though, as far as like a blue chip type of guy, because he was like a 14-time national champion. Don't quote me on that, but it was a bunch of them. This kid is special, man. I like Shushu Carrington too, but I think the boxing IQ of Bam Rodriguez is higher. Shushu Carrington, I think I saw a little vulnerability in his fight IQ in his last fight. I know he got the stoppage and shit, but I think he could have uh put a bigger exclamation point on that shit than he did. You know what I'm saying? But I like both of them, but I got a little bit more respect for Bam Rodriguez.
Eric R said laugh my ass off, swear. Napoleon Armstrong said it happened though, and I gave an example with Anwood. Yeah, he did. 404 said number 49 on Champ Ross. Let me be clear. He
Yeah.
laughed. Everybody talking. Napoleon's he said, put your money where your mouth is, fellas. Supreme confidence over here, 2K for grabs on my life.
I'm
Eric
coming
R
to get 20 of it, nigga.
Hey, Eric R said, "Who the f is Bam?" Talking about Bam Rodriguez.
One of the best prospects that you're gonna come across. He just got a win over Carlos Quadras. Moved up in weight to beat the motherfucker. He come from Texas, man. So that's part of that little Texas takeover, I guess I could say that's going on right now. You know what I'm saying?
I believe his name is Jesse Rodriguez. If you're looking for him on Box Records, so
Yeah.
Napoleon Armstrong said, "Trey, you ain't combating my comments by dismissing them, brother."
Bro, I've been going back and forth with this man for 3 years, man. At some point, that shit just gonna roll right off my shoulder. Nigga. I'm rolling that shit, nigga.
Shoulder
Parrying that
roll.
shit. Yeah, slipping that shit. You know what I'm saying?
D-Lo say, was he the weight bully at 35, or is he a small guy? Make your minds up, Spence fan. Man, he said it himself that people say I was too big for these weight for 135 and 140. He was a bigger guy. I don't know
Bro,
what's
don't let D-Lo act like two things can't be true. He was a weight bully at 135, and at 147, he's a small welterweight. It's easy for that motherfucker to comprehend that D-Lo is very intelligent, man. We ain't gonna play that game today, bro.
Napoleon Armstrong said, "Fight back, nigga."
Fight back, nigga.
Keith Boomerang said, "Why Bivol was on the pound for pound list just because he beat the little Canelo?" Yeah, ESPN full of it, man.
The
Boxing,
little
Famously.
Boxing Truth Serum said Bam fights out of Robert Garcia's gym. Dino 44 said Josh Taylor was deserving based on how he was winning and his skills, in his opinion, not because of his belts.
And who he
Rod,
beat too? He was beating some names, man.
yeah, he went to that tournament too. Rod X said whoever wins between Bud versus Spence will get full credit from me. No excuses. Fact. Dino talking about a layoff. I don't know what he means. Napoleon said Trey. What was the old white fighter who got future paydays off of black fighters just for a black man to even fight for a title? What was his name, Trey?
I think he talking about Max Smelling. He got that money for Archie Moore. Archie
Yeah,
Moore wanted to fight for the title, and that motherfucker Smelling's manager or some shit like that was getting like future percentages off of Archie Moore's fights and shit in the future just for that title shot. I also think the same thing happened. I want to say with Jack Johnson, something like that happened. I got to go get back in my research,
it
but I
was
know
probably Jack Johnson in that fight in Australia, but I think they also get overpaid the other dude as well.
they overpaid both of them, nigga. Max Smelling, I think he got like 100,000, and Archie
Yep.
Moore got like $800.
Yep.
And I know that Jack Johnson opponent Tommy Burns got 30,000.
Yeah,
And
30,000.
Jack Johnson, I think he got about $500-600, some shit like that. Boy, they were doing the people wrong with that shit, man.
D-Lo talking to hype. D-Lo say Bam is a contender now. D-Lo also say I'm a dummy. Man, knock it off. Napoleon Armstrong say weight bullies don't move up; they move down and stay there. Spence, see how I fight back with facts.
Hold on, what do you say? Weight bullies don't move up; they move down and stay. Bro, they not gonna stay. They not gonna stay down to where it's detrimental. They'll stay low as long as they can, as long as they can make the weight. Once they start getting older and their body starts maturing more, getting close to 30, they start to move up. Like, bro, we've been watching. That's why the man ranked number 50 on the champ rolls. The man don't know nothing about boxing. Learn boxing, my brother, so you can move up the ranks on the champ Ross.
D-Lo say my IQ is slightly. D-Lo say my IQ is slightly above short bus. He also said Josh Taylor payoff, I think. Layoff, that's what he said. He said, we want Hanoi versus Butler next.
Oh, yeah,
Boxing
we
Truth
take it.
Serum said Bam has a belt, I thought. I think he got one of them little intern belts or something like that.
Yeah, because I don't think Quadras had a belt, but I don't know. I could be wrong, but I thought I agree with what D-Lo said. I thought he just moved from like a prospect to a contender.
Eric R said, LOL, damn. Shit, man, that's it. Y'all ready to get up out of here?
Yeah, man, it's 11:11. I know it's past 9. Where you at, man? You go. The Kane go first. What you go smelling at?
Hey, glad to come through, chop it up, talk boxing. I'm coming for y'all on the champ Ross. Y'all be good.
Appreciate you, bro.
King of the Kinfolks with your no bet paying ass. You go next.
King of the Welch folks. Salute. That's fucked up, man. Peace out. Shit.
Definitely appreciate everybody coming through, man. Had fun chopping it up about this boxing and shit. Hey, man, ain't gonna be nothing going on this weekend except for the zone card. You know what I'm saying? So y'all check that out. I'm gonna be checking it out. Good luck to everybody on the Chun Ross. Good luck to my boy that came on the Chun Ross. I want you to go fetch this motherfucker, Mark James Knowles or some shit like that. Can you do the right thing, bro? Salute to my nigga Marlo. I ain't gonna talk y'all to death, man. Much love to everybody.
Salute, bro. Deron B, salute, bro. Appreciate you for coming through. Napoleon Armstrong said spent his career at 47, but moved up 3 times, and they say let's age this crazy nigga out. D-Lo say peace. Eric R laughing. Hype say peace. Man, appreciate y'all, man, for stopping through. Y'all already know it's always fun chopping it up with the fam. You know what I'm saying? Just enjoying this boxing, what we got to look forward to, man. All love, all respect. Almond Brown salute said, she said, please like the video before you go. Thank you for chilling in the corner tonight. Most definitely appreciate
Yes,
you.
man.
Smash that like button, ho.
Dusty foothold.
Napoleon Armstrong said, I'm gonna clean my side of the street. Translate, Father Time, help me. This nigga be talking shit. But man, y'all already know, man, it's always love, man. It's always fun, man. Going back and forth, sharing each other's opinions on the sport that we rock with, man, that we love. You know what I'm saying? Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. Until next time, don't forget to tell them haters and trolls, the fuck out my gym.
You heard him?
Peace.
Gia.